Woo! Stream has started. Where's my phone? Who the fuck is Wiz94? Who the fuck is Wiz94?
too. He did it through McPhillippi.
Old Wakey has not though. Old Wakey is straight into the fence, and Stickers might take advantage here. There's damage on Old Wakey's car.
What is he doing? Oh boy! Oh, big crash. Huge crash. What's he doing? What's he doing?
Less than a second away from the podium.
It's not over till it's over.
Get the drive. Where's it gonna be? He goes. Oh my god! He gets it. Does he get it? He goes into the lead. Oh my god! Oh, that is absolutely incredible.
Oh boy. Oh, he's in it. Oh, it's drama. Drama. He's gone for a move very opportunistic. Oh, that came out of nowhere from Morgan Day.
The battle back for second is an absolute hot rocket. Oh, there's a big tap from Raceman. The Wakey Raceman's in the wall. But he's recovered straight away. That bump was so lucky. We'll get a quick.
Deep in the Swiss Alps tonight, we bring to you Sector 1 Sim Racing. Live, of course, uninterrupted. And we are looking forward to a cracking good bit of racing tonight. Of course, beautiful sunshine, the birds are singing, the guys on the track here are ready to go. Of course, we've got two divisions tonight, Division 4 and Division 2. Division 4 will lead us off the bat. I am the host for this evening, Karen, aka Brent, of course. And taking you down to the track now, of course, one of the original circuits, Deep Forest Raceway, 4.2 kilometres of unadulterated passion and absolute tyre-torturing drama. Especially the first corner where you'll see the overtaking quite significantly. And the last hairpin, we're going to call Alfred for tonight's event. You're going to see some biff, barge, and hopefully some awesome racing, of course. Now, you'll see on the tyres there, got the racing softs on as well. We're not expecting any rain whatsoever. It's meant to be an absolutely beautiful night. As we head down to the track, of course, and I'm joined, of course, by the luscious tones of Carbonboy, aka Luke. Are you there, Luke?
I am here indeed. I'm actually just currently trackside down in pit lane with some of the Ascension Racing boys who've decided to come by to watch the racing tonight. They're brought a few beverages and putting on a bit of a barbecue down here, so we're having a good feed and watching the racing.
And of course, Ascension Racing, if you missed last week, they created Sector 1 history. They took a 1-2-3, absolutely swept the podium. It wasn't even close. It provided a lot of drama, actually, the Group 1 and Group 3 racing. And we're probably going to see more of the same, of course. We'll step in with the Division 4 boys first. And is there anyone that's sort of just hovering up or down the field that you've looked at and gone, well, they might be in it to win it tonight?
Oh, one to definitely keep their eye on in early practice has been Petey Pops in the Aston Martin for Doghouse Racing. He's been sitting on top of the timesheets so far in practice and has been looking very comfortable in that car tonight. And another one to watch tonight is Debrev in the Mercedes. He has gotten a fairly good tune in that by the looks of it, even though Deep Forest is probably not the most Mercedes-friendly track. If he can manage his fuel and tyres, he could be in with a very realistic chance of taking the podium tonight.
That's a very, very good point as well that you mentioned about the Mercedes not being the car of choice on this track. We saw Gish absolutely put on a fantastic performance last week. He got driver of the day, actually, and got quite a few fans on the way. He's made up a lot of lost ground here in Sector 1. And down at the track, I'm seeing Shizer. How are you, mate? Killer on the loose, of course, in the chat. Got GoKanga, one of our major sponsors, of course, for all your good car accessories. Make sure you head down to GoKanga. Don't tell them Karen sent you, because that won't end well. Got the stranger in the house, Prua. Shizer again, and VF as well. So it's going to be a fantastic night of racing. I'm looking very much forward to it, and I think the boys here in Division 4, they are good and ready to go, I believe.
They are indeed. We can kick them off whenever you'd like.
Yeah.
Now sounds like a good time to me.
I reckon that once you've stepped away from the Ascension Racing pit there, mate, you might want to, just whack the big red button. I know you've got that on Bluetooth this week, as I understand, with the Swiss fantastic internet, of course.
I might just grab myself a bacon sandwich to go. But in the meantime, I am going to punch that. Actually, what I need to do is add some sauce to that.
Oh, dear God.
One.
Anyway, guys, driver of the day, make your poison now, because we know the driver of the days have been quite cursed the last few rounds, which is very, very interesting. It's been the guys that have dominated, of course. You've seen Dadson, you've seen Young Wakey take a couple, you saw Jish take the last two. It's a very, very tense and tight field in both the, how can I describe it? In both divisions. And I'm going to throw it out there as a podium. I'm going to put Womble on another podium. I reckon after last week, he will have had an absolute bucket load of confidence. And with that BMW, it is a little bit kinder on the front tyres. We saw Womble over the last 3 or 4 rounds. He's been able to really work that tyre management. And, of course, he's just chimed in the chat. Driver of the day, not Womble. We'll just cross fingers on that one, I reckon, as we're just waiting for the boys to get... A couple of the boys to just get back in the cars. They've just taken a little bit of a leak break by the looks of things. And just waiting to see where... We're just waiting on Womble himself, actually. He's just having a last-minute chat, of course, with Corey Hack down in the pit lane there. So, guys, make sure that you are... Just open the door there, and we've got a loud Mustang, of course. It's absolutely beautiful track, Deep Forest. You're going to see 4.2 kilometres. It is one of the original Gran Turismo circuits. It had a big revamp, of course, in Gran Turismo 7. And it's provided some fantastic racing. We've seen in the Sylvias that a lot of wonderful racing, of course. And
Oh, hello. We have a late entry here with K-Doggy just joining in. He has made qualifying start by the skin of his teeth.
You've just closed the door, of course, of the comms box there. And, yeah, you just heard the smooth tones of the Ford Mustang blasting by. Now, our last race of the season, of course, it is very, very big, but we've got one more event coming up. We will explain more between the Division 4 and the Division 2 races, what we have planned. Of course, we've got one class that has been revealed to everybody, but we will reveal the second class a little bit later on. So, Luke, I'm just waiting on... looks like K-Doggy's, just rocked up to the track a little bit. Better late than never, we like to say. Evening, Dadson. Hope you're well, buddy.
The team truck came barreling through the gates and into pit lane full speed, locked up the trailer brakes, put it sideways, and the moment the back door was open, K-Dogs just launched out of the back in the race car.
Yeah, and it looks like it's
I think there might be a few stewards having a bit of a word to him about that, but he's in the pit lane, he's ready to roll, so let's kick off qualifying and get things going.
Yeah, just about to say, it looks like the stewards are all down there, and did you notice the truck's quite camouflaged from Lucky's Lawn Care? I wonder what the go is there.
I've learned to not ask questions that I don't want to know the answer to.
Yeah, so guys, hope you're well tonight, of course. Last race of the evening, we're looking forward to this one, and we'll jump down to the track now. And of course, Gran Turismo doing Gran Turismo 7 things. We're just waiting for the first cars to roll it. There we go. Of course, we've got Womble, who is coming off the podium. He's had a real handle on this BMW M4. It's been a surprise package this season. When he's not been on form, he really has suffered. But when he is on form, he's definitely right up as a podium contender. Looking very forward to Deep Forest tonight. He's had a couple of hardware issues. This steering rack just playing up a little bit loose, but hopefully that's been rectified. We've got Petey Pops, Carbonboy's man of the hour. And for Doghouse, if he takes this win tonight, you could pretty much sure bet him as a contender for this championship. He's looking very strong in the Doghouse Aston Martin. We've got Kezar, who is looking to bounce back after a pretty brutal Bathurst. He was doing a very fantastic job. He was all the way in P2, as I understand it, until a very big accident with the S's. Brand new chassis tonight for Ragged Edge Racing, and really wants to make a statement tonight. Really needs to put his best foot forward and go onto the break with a bit of a high. We've got Dazar for Locked Up Motorsport, who seems to have a little bit of ECU trouble at the moment. Little bit twitchy on the Corvette. It is a good car around here. It's very fast, but we've seen it's very well compromised on fuel, and it is a power circuit. We've got Rex, who's, of course, as well, Red Mist Racing, driving the surprise packet of the season, the Ford Mustang. He has used his drop round, we'd like to say, with the... it was round 2 he missed out, and he's looking to put another statement on this season. He's got one hand on the trophy, but there's guys still around him that can fight, but if he makes one false move now, it's curtains. And the late man of the hour, K-Doggy, 63 for Lucky's Lawn Care, the Sun God Jaguar. Starting to get a little bit more confident behind the wheel. He just struggled a little bit at Bathurst, of course, the mountain bites. As you can see, he's really just balked up the good doctor a little bit there. Had to get out of the way. Oh! That was close as it gets. Already qualifying's on, and there's a little bit of argy-bargy between himself and the man in the ammo blacklight Jaguar, the good doctor. And make no bones.
Come on, boys. Save the animosity for the racing.
Yeah.
Get qualifying in and done. Give yourself some space. Get a good lap.
Yeah, they're going to have to send those cars down to Forbes Smash, and we hope the guys at Forbes Smash are doing well. Been hit by the floods a couple of times in the last month, and hopefully they bounce back in strong style, as did the good doc actually at Bathurst. Took P2 as I understand it. Great drive. We've got the Malevolent One for Deeds Racing, of course, in the Dodge Viper, and we saw how dominant it was with the Ascension Racing boys at the hands of Distinct Andrew. Malevolent One needs a big result tonight to keep the pressure onto Rex, as PD Pops goes to the top with a 27.7. And we've got Dobrev, who's making an early pit stop for the Racing Cars Like Legends crew. And Dobrev just really struggled at Bathurst. The Mercedes, not the right package there, and just did not feel comfortable in the car at all.
Dobrev might be onto something with the early stop for a new set of boots, because, as we know, with Gran Turismo doing its somewhat regular updates, they do like to have a bit of a fiddle with the tyre model every time.
That's very true.
And just from my own experiences over the last day or so since the update's been out, they have made some changes to it. The tyres do come up to temperature a lot faster than what they did, and seem to have almost full grip from a very early stage.
And we've just had the latest patch as well drop on Gran Turismo, of course, patch 1.27. A little bit of editing in some of the cars, of course. And we've actually got the Ferrari Vision Gran Turismo trackside this weekend, which is a fantastic thing. 1,363 brute horsepower. It's an absolute animal. As Womble on his second flyer, he's got a half-second penalty, so that's that lap done. But at the top at the moment, PD Pops will jump on board with the Aston Martin, of course, for Doghouse Motorsports. And we'll take you on a lap of Deep Forest, coming up to turn 1. Big left hand, you've got to brake nice and early. Downhill section, you want to make sure you hit that curb, and it's also very easy to get a little bit of understeer here. You can brake a little bit earlier if you need to. Great exit out as what we come up to what I call the snake. Quick left, right, left section. Very, very easy to cut the curbs and unsettle the car. Come onto the tunnel here, end of the first sector, and PD Pops only less than a tenth down. He's doing a great job at the moment. 127.70 Scott, but he's got to find another 3/10. Coming into this left-hander here, and very easy for the car to oversteer out. Gets a little light in the rear end. Coming onto the back straight. And, oh, looks like PD Pops has just lost the rear a little bit, and the car chattering away. The back straight quite long, so if you've got a low downforce setup, you're going to find a lot of time. PD Pop's actually doing a great job here. Coming up to the hairpin now, we're going to fondly call Alfred. Hard braking. Make sure you turn it in. You want to make sure that the car is as settled as possible on the exit so you can blast down the straight. If the car's not settled, you're going to lose up to half a second down the main straight itself. And we've seen with the Corvettes, they are an absolute beast down the straights. Especially the Aston Martin as well. Can Petey Pops improve time? This is the question here. No, so he's lost about, I'd say 2.5 tenths as Keza goes faster than 1:27.5, but Rex immediately betters it with a 1 minute 27.3. That is storming pace. Good Doctor in P7. He's just set a beautiful lap, 1:28.9. Just getting used to the Jag at the moment. He's more focused than ever on this, on his driving at the moment, and especially his team ownership. Wants Blacklight to go out with a bang this season and really set himself up for another big season 7 upcoming, as Debrev sets a beautiful time as well, a 1 minute 28 flat. Mercedes AMG starting to play out a little bit well, and that free amount of space he's done by pitting early is a great move. Doesn't have cars distracting him in front, and he'll have the confidence that Jish pulled out a great result. Comes through the first sector. On board now with the racing cars like Legends, Mercedes SLS. He's 2.5 tenths down, so the tyres might not be gripping up as nicely as he would have hoped. Got to be careful on this particular section here. If you cut too much of the curb, it will give you a penalty. But not only that, if you actually take too much of the curb and you've got a very stiff car, it can throw the rear end just a little bit as you come downhill on the right left-hander.
Oh dear. Petey Pops has had an incident at the final hairpin. He's might have gotten into it a bit too early and sent it to the inside wall. Picks himself up. Looks like he's coming into the pits.
Oh.
Grab a new set of boots.
Look who's gone quicker again. Rex with a 1 minute 27.2. That Mustang is absolutely singing. What a lot of the...
He is not here to muck about tonight.
No, he's not. And what a lot of the guys said up and down the pit lane is this has been a surprise packet. Uses about a similar amount of fuel to the Corvette, so you've really got to think outside the box in terms of your fuel saving. But it does have the raw pace, and it's definitely suited to the tight and twisty tracks. It seems to grip up really well, and Rex proving the point here, but he's just being held up by the guy in P2 at the moment, Keza. Coming into the left-hander to hit the back straight, and Rex is going to have a big slipstream here. On board now, the Aston Martin of Ragged Edge Racing. And he's only a 10th down in his own time here, Keza, but he's giving Rex an absolutely beautiful tow. So come into Alfred now. Takes beautiful line through Alfred there. I don't think he's going to be too worried behind him about Rex, but Rex doing the Marc Marquez technique. See how much time he makes up on the slipstream here. It's going to be a good time regardless. 1 minute 27.2.
Keeping an eye on Petey Pops and the Good Doc running in formation behind Debrev. Just wondering if their strategy might be grab some slipstream and knock a few tenths off.
Well, if you saw with Debrev's pit in as he goes just off the side there, he definitely wants clear track.
Good sportsmanship there at the moment. Pulls off just to let the other guys go by so he doesn't interfere with their qualifying. Great work, Debrev.
Keza at the moment still hasn't pitted just yet, and most of the boys seem to pit with about 5.5 to 5 minutes to go, so you'll see a lot of these guys come into the pits, grab one little splash and dash, and then make a break for it. Rex 3.5 tenths to the good though. That's going to be hard to beat. A 27.2, that is easily Division 3 pace.
That it is. From memory, I think I set a 27.1 as a qualifier, so yeah, he would certainly be holding his own in Division 3.
Womble P5 at the moment. He's just not been able to dial it in just yet. 28.3, his first flying lap. He's got cars in front of him. That probably might distract him just a little bit. Daz is still a little bit glitchy.
I am curious to see how Rex goes in terms of race pace though, because as we all know, qualifying pace is one thing, but managing your fuel usage over the full 50 minutes, that's another story altogether.
Oh, there's going to be an invoice there for the Malevolent one. He took a lot of curb. Don't want to take too much curb.
As I say that, Rex comes into the pits.
Yep. He's got a fair bit of a margin at the moment. He's had the slipstream, but this is a big shock to me, actually. The Malevolent one down in P7. He's currently leading the title race, and he needs to find something more here. doesn't want to slip up to Rex. Rex only needs to have one bad result, and the Malevolent one will be right in the books as Petey Pops drops a 1 minute 27.6 as Dobrev, oh wow, just behind him.
Speaking of Rex, just watching him in the pit lane here, the pit crew are just standing around, having a bit of a look at the car.
That's
no
very
real action
bold.
going on, so
I wonder
wondering if there's
yeah,
any technical issues going on.
that's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. He may have just parked it. We're not sure, but we'll have to wait and see here. It's good, good qualifying so far. If you take out Rex, 3/10 between second, third, and fourth here. Brev's looking very comfortable in that AMG SLS. You'll see his team owner hopefully racing tonight, D-Flow. Be cheering on at the moment. He's looking very forward to seeing how these Mercedes go after last week. But it's going to be a bit of a slobber knocker test. Good Doctor's up at the moment. Jump on board the black light Jaguar.
Rex is back out on track, so I think they might have solved whatever technical problem they were having.
Yeah, I dare say he might be just a little bit of a few. Well, there wouldn't be an adjustment to the suspension or anything like that. They might have just fixed something though, or he's just not comfortable completely yet. We'll wait and see what time he does. Is just on board with Good Doc at the moment. Petey Pops does a 27.2. That's more like it, and the Good Doctor jumps to P5. Strong lap at 28.2. Will Rex's fuel disadvantage, though, will that play into Petey Pop's strengths here is the real question. Oh, and he smashed the wall! Just clipped the snake. He's going to have to pit. But he has hit that.
I'm not sure how he'll go. He will have to be very careful with that Mustang and manage his fuel usage over the race, because if you get a bit too happy with the throttle, you might find yourself running quick laps, but at the same time, you'll find yourself a few laps short of the finish line, which is certainly less than ideal.
We did see Petey Pops just absolutely whamboozle the wall at the snake. He's going to have to find something more here. I tell you what, it'll be a fantastic story after hitting the wall that hard. If he comes out and dips a pole. Still got a little bit of time on his side. Dobrev now P3. That's dropped Malevolent one down to P8 though. Rex's main championship rival. It could swing dramatically in Petey Pops' favour here as Dobrev just tries to find a little bit of room. What's Keza got at the moment? No, Keza's still down. Can Good Doctor find something here? Stazza sets a 28.2. That's a great lap. Good Doctor's not going to find anything here though. He's definitely had a moment.
1 minute to go in qualifying.
Oh, K-Doggy's up on his time, but chronic understeer on that front end just does not want to grip. It's only a second and a half behind Rex though, who's done a great job so far. Let's see what Rex can do. Can he go to the front? Even further though. Coming up the uphill section, and you want to make sure you have good torque coming up this bit of the front straight. Can Rex go even faster? Oh, wow, what a time! 27 flat! That is phenomenal by Rex.
There it is. He's given him... I don't think he was comfortable with the 700s. Oh, and he's lost it at turn one. But I think that's his qualifying session done. As he does the right thing and waits until the next driver goes by.
Petey Pops and Dobrev have got to find something here. Dobrev's not going to find anything. Can Petey Pops hit back? Coming up to Alfred now. He'll have a little bit of a slipstream by the Good Doctor. Good Doctor's gone wide. That may play into his strengths here. Powerful, this Aston Martin V8. It's also quite good on fuel, which will benefit him in the race. What can he do here? Will the tow be enough? It may not be. Oh, he's actually not in the tow here. This might cost him pole. 27.6, that's not enough. And Dobrev only he's well down. Tez is well down as well. Dazza's done. Good Doctor's done in 6th. Womble finds P7. The Malevolent One's on the final lap. He's got to find something big here. And he's not going to. That's huge.
He's definitely had a moment on that final lap. With a 141, that's a pretty big moment.
Just trying to see who's coming down the front straight. Keza. P4, he's done a fantastic job to get that high. Stays fourth. And Rex, of course, went around in P1. He'll take the chocolates here. What a pole position that is, guys. Let's see who will put a bit of a statement on this field.
I'm pretty sure V8, being the team, I'm pretty sure he'll be happy with that P4 from Keza.
He will be, but as we saw in the last round, drama, drama, drama. And Keza's not going to want that. He's got a brand new chassis below him. As Rex sets a 1 minute 27.088 to take pole position. PD Pops P2 with a 127.2. 27.5 for Dobrev goes third. Keza with a 27.5 of his own, actually. So only half a tenth between the two. Dazza and P5 on 28.1. Good Doctor sets a 28.2 for P6. Womble in 7th with a 28.3. 28.5 for the Malevolent One. And K-Doggy with a 28.7. That is your, what's the best way to say it? That is your grid for this evening's race. So stay tuned, guys. We are going to have an absolute slobber knocker. VF has stated, well done, Rex. Lenocious. Rex trying to pull out the red flag to secure the pole. Very Michael Schumacher-esque there. As we're just waiting at the moment. A couple of the guys just going to the loo real quick and just making sure they're ready to go.
Hopefully we can keep the red flag in the bag tonight. I really don't want to do that. And I'm just looking out over the track at the moment. There's some dark clouds forming on the horizon. Now I don't think we'll see any rain, but it might bring some cooler conditions, which could affect the track temperature and maybe reduce the amount of grip levels these guys have available to them. So if they're not paying attention, they might get caught out by this.
Yeah, I agree. And just waiting for the big red button to start. Have you come out of the Ascension Racing pits yet? I notice you've been distracted by the sausages and onion down there a bit.
It may also be the cold beverages that they've been passing out. But either way, you know me and that big red button. I love pushing it, and it has been done.
I'll tell you what, the Ascension boys, they'll be kicking back and relaxing tonight. They've got one more runner tonight. And it's going to be an absolute slobber knocker of a race, guys. So we've got 50 long, grueling minutes here. And I am genuinely excited for this one. Rex hasn't had it all his own way. He's got good pace, but the Aston Martin is very well suited to this track. And where I'm really seeing this is going to be a struggle is Rex going to two-stop again.
And we are underway.
As we just hit the, where's that race button? There we go.
He's looking to make a move on Keza into turn 1. Goes down the inside.
Very clean move.
Backs out of it.
Oh, Daz is still a little bit wide in that section there. Grass kicking up as we see the guys come through the snake for the first time. And Keza's got a big mirror full of Dazza just behind him. Dazza wanting to make a move early at this point. Oh, a little bit of a bump. Rubbing's racing, but Dazza wants to make a statement early. Dazza's really got some ECU issues, though. That locked up Corvette does not look nice at the moment. This Malevolent One just deep on the brakes, just understeers a little bit. K-Doggy just at the back of the field at the moment, but Rex has already got a 1.3 second lead. He's got a bit of a slipstream behind him as PD Pops. Looks like he's got a bit of a lower downforce setup. As we come into Alfred for the first time and nearly a little bit of contact as to Brev one's wide. This is going to jar up the field a little bit. Keza's made the most of it. That Corvette's not going to be slow, and look at Dobrev. He's just really looking to go through.
He's the meat in the sandwich at the moment down the front straight. 3 wide, boys.
Oh,
boy,
you
here we
shouldn't.
go.
Daz has done a great job there. Oh, and he's gone right. He's gone off. He's gone off into the weeds, into the shadow realm. See if we can get a replay. Oh, no.
Oh, that's very messy. Oh, that is very messy.
It's taken Womble out as well, and K-Doggy's made contact. That is not good news.
Dazza has done the right thing there. He's gotten off the throttle and redressed after that contact with Womble.
And if I know Womble, he is going to literally be seeing red mist.
And all 3 cars, Womble, Dazza and K-Dog, all carrying damage to the front aero and the front left wheel. Which, with the light damage setting, will be self-healing, but it will hurt them through that infield section.
What it's done though, it's moved the good doctor to P5 and the malevolent one up to 6th. Much needed points for the 2 of them. Rex starting to skip a little bit though. He's got a 1.6 second lead. Keza in P3 at the moment, and he's hanging about as well. He showed strong pace at Bathurst, which is going to be the interesting bit. Can he carry that form over to this track, Deep Forest? It has been a handy little track for the Aston Martins at the moment. Dobrev sitting in 4th. He just had that little incident that put him 3 wide. He was looking to make ground back. Good Doctor's clean in P5 at the moment. He's still with this lead battle pack, so you can see these 5 cars starting to form, starting to get closer. Malevolent One's lost touch with these guys in P6, and he needs more. He needs to have a big result tonight, because if he's got this drop round, it's advantage Rex in the championship. Womble's got to find a bit more time though. This car, this M4, it is good on fuel, it is strong on tyres, so he's well and truly not out of this yet. Dazza struggling with those ECU issues still. You can tell the Corvette's just not really happy right now. Poor K-Doggy, who was just an innocent bystander in all of that. He'll be absolutely gutted about how that one went. So this little battle pack now, between 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, just starting to range in a little bit. Looks like Kez has actually clawed a little bit of time back. And Dobrev's just still touching base with these guys as well. The Mercedes not really the car to be effective here at this track. It likes the tighter, twistier circuits, and as the season has dragged on, we've seen it start to suffer a little bit. Keza has set the fastest lap of the race at this point though, with a 27.6. That is a strong lap. Shows he's got the pace to contend with Rex and PD Pops at the moment. And Rex is actually not really gaining any further ground on PD Pops. Will this play into the Mustang's demise? That's going to be the interesting question here.
I will be keeping an eye on the fuel consumption of the top 3. It might prove to be a bit of a race changer.
Yeah, that's very, very true. The Mustang is a little bit more thirstier on its fuel compared to the Aston, and I can tell you from experience that Aston doesn't drink like an Aston should. It's a big, thirsty, heavy V8, and it really samples its fuel quite nicely. And the guys have really been getting very to grips with this car. It is a great package, the Aston Martin. Looks like Dobrev he's just hanging about at the moment, but he doesn't want these guys to get away from him. But that being said, if any one of them slips up, it's on. Malevolent One's starting.
He's actually managed to pull a little bit more of a gap on the good dog behind him as well.
That is very, very true. I wonder if Rex is in fuel save mode. That is the question here, because if he's got on a disadvantage, he might do what he did at Bathurst and pull a 2-stop if he's confident with his pace here. PD Pops has set a 27.5 now, taking the fastest lap of the race, of course.
That would be a very bold strategy around Deep Forest, given the pit transit time.
Oh, look what we got here. P7 at the moment, Womble v Dazza. So it could be round 2. Dazza's got the pace in that Corvette, and Womble, well, he will be an angry little hot pocket after that turn 1 incident. He will not be happy. You can expect to not just get the shoulders out, he'll probably get the hips and elbows out in this one. Oh, malevolent one's off!
The one's gone.
So he's hit the head of the snake, and look at this. There is a battle on right now for P6. This is just tight.
Oh boy, this is going to get real spicy real quick.
And I've just had radio contact in. There is damage on the Deeds car.
There is that front aero and the front right-hand side wheel. Not happy campers right now, as Womble gives him a little bit of a nudge, saying, come on, mate, move it.
That M4 looks strong in a straight line. Look how quick he's caught up to the Viper, and a little bit of a nudge. Oh, Daz has made contact. Daz has gone!
Oh, dear.
He's managed to get it around again, but that has not helped him. We'll take a replay. And it looks like he just got checked up a little bit by the bump. He wasn't expecting the bump. I dare say he was expecting...
One ball through that tunnel.
I dare
All
say...
I could hear was a thump and tyres squealing.
I dare say he was looking for the pass, and Dazza and Womble just with that little tap, trying to keep the bump draft happening, trying to work together with the Malevolent one, and it just did not work at all. So Dazza's even further back now. He's not really having a great race, Dazza, at the moment. And it's caught him into
no. Up the front, Keza in third position has picked up a 1 second penalty.
That is huge. That is going to put him back into the clutches of Dobrev here.
Dobrev is only 2 seconds behind him, but as we know, a 1 second penalty translates into a lot more than that.
Especially with the burn zone being on the back straight, you get double whammied here, because the penalty burn zone, if you lose too much speed on a straight, it just absolutely annihilates you. It's not just a 1 second penalty, it's 1 second plus another one. Look how much time Kez has lost to Dobrev here. He's lost 1.2, 1.3. And he might just be able to just start thinking about getting in the toe down to Brev. On board with PD Pop's at the moment, the Doghouse Aston, and, well, he's just keeping tabs on Rex at the moment. Rex goes a little bit wide. Mustang seems to be suffering from just a little bit of understeer coming through turn one. Rex last lap, 1 minute 27.6. So the pace is well and truly there. He's consistent. Hasn't been within half a second of his times. That is strong pace, but can the front tyres of the Mustang hold on, especially with that amount of understeer he's got? Look at the rear of that Aston Martin coming through that left-hander there. Just a little bit of understeer on the front end, just sort of throws the rear sideways, and it's just a glorious-looking shot as a result. Can easily bite the car into the wall if you're not careful. But
so as we're on lap 7 now, I figure I might chime in with a fuel and tyre update.
Ooh.
And you might find this surprising. Rex out in front, and PD Pops, who is a mere 1.5 seconds behind him, are absolutely identical on fuel and tyre usage, with about 60% fuel left in the tank and about 10% wear on both the front and rear tyres.
Wow. I was expecting that.
Rex might have a little bit more wear on the front right and the rear right tyre, but in terms of fuel, you couldn't split them.
That's interesting. I thought the Mustang would use a lot more fuel than what it actually has. That's huge.
I thought so as well, and here we are. We've both been proven wrong. Keza behind them in third position has maybe 5% more fuel than they do, with about equal tyre wear. Dobrev has probably used 10% all around on his tyres, and is maybe at about 55% fuel at the moment. The good doc, again using about 10% of his front and rear tyres, is actually sitting on about 65% fuel right now. So he's got quite a good fuel save going as he has a bit of a slidey moment at turn 8 and 9. It's not gonna do him too much harm. He's got a bit of clear air both in front and behind him. The Malevolent one is also doing quite well on his fuel with a bit over 60% left in the tank. He's making those front tyres in the Dodge Viper work though. They are probably 10 to 15% worn. Womble, who is right up his backside right now coming into the hairpin. Does he go for the move down the inside? He does. Can he hold it though? He's got the tighter line.
Oh, that's side by
Gives
side.
him room.
Oh, there's a bit of bumping
But the
and grinding
power
here.
of that Dodge Viper. Oof.
And these
But
two...
Womble's not letting this go here.
No.
He's, he
This-
wants to have an argument about this.
This is epic stuff. Holy God. Side by side going into turn one. It's team owner versus former driver of Red Mist. Womble's still holding the inside line. This is great racing between the two. Malevolent
As
one
we
holds.
discussed last week, you can hold the outside line around turn one here, and ideally it is actually the faster line, if you can hold it. Malevolent one does so indeed, and does very well. Holds on for now. But as I was saying, Womble is down to about 55% fuel, and while the front tyres are looking fairly healthy with about 10% wear, the rear tyres on that M4 are protesting a little bit with about 15 to 20% wear. Disastrously behind him in the Corvette. Those front tyres don't seem to like him a whole lot at the moment. They're easily 15 to 20% worn. Whereas, surprisingly, the rear tyres are only on about 10% wear. He is down to about 45% fuel left. And then K-Doggy is sitting just over 50% fuel and nice and even 10% wear front and rear.
So what you're saying right now
in the
is...
Jag.
What you're saying right now is the Corvette is drinking like a Corvette should.
That is correct.
Tell you what, that Womble Malevolent one battle, that was some fantastic stuff. Absolutely
And
incredible.
Just for Rex to not only prove us wrong, but to rub some salt into the wound as he goes purple through the first sector, he's actually got more fuel than Petey Pops in the Aston behind him.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I thought genuinely that Rex might not have the luxury of a fuel advantage here, but it looks like he does, and not only that, Petey Pops has extended the gap here. And it is growing. It's growing exponentially. It was 7/10 of a second. I wonder if Petey Pops has just had a little bit of an error. Did a 28.2 last lap. Dare say he might have just got a little bit loose somewhere. It is very easy here at Deep Forest to hit the grass and just throw yourself a little bit offline. Kez has extended the gap to Dobrev, but he's not really making inroads on Petey Pops. Did his fastest lap of the race though last lap at 27.5. That is great pace, and especially at this point of the race. Got 35 minutes to go, of course. Dobrev, he's still within QE of the podium. If anything goes wrong, he's there. He cannot be ruled out of this stage. The good doctor in P5, just enjoying a little bit of his bit of time to himself. Of course, he's done a great job of Bathurst, but this is a whole new ball game, and the Ammo Blacklight Jag does look good. You can see more of the British Racing Green underneath that too, which is fantastic. But we'll throw back into the Malevolent Womble battle as Womble goes wide into turn one. These boys are playing for keeps, even if it is for 6th position at the moment. Every point counts. And they have skipped away from Dazza, so I wonder if Dazza's had another moment here. On board now the M4 of the Red Mist Racing crew.
Dazza did run a 29 flat lap on lap 8, so which is about 0.8 slower than his average at the moment. So I'd say he might have just had a little bit of a scare.
And it looks like the gap from Rex to Petey Pops is definitely pushing out now. So Rex has got the foot down here. Lap 11, we saw these guys do 34 laps, I believe, last weekend, sorry.
That is correct.
And it was a one-stop race. We didn't see anyone take the two-stopper on, although you've got to find a lot of time. You've got to have a lot of pace behind you to do it. We did see a couple of people try it in the lead-ups to this event, and it did It did make ground, but not really enough to warrant using it. It's not really a place you can do that.
If you're running consistent 25s, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's very true. I can tell you right now, the Division 1 boys probably would have thought about it for a good second too. Especially if it meant big risk.
It may have been on the cards until the red flag and the reduced race distance.
That's very, 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 very true. So these four here have definitely skipped away a little bit, but the Good Doctor's actually starting to lose time now to the Malevolent One and Womble Battle straight behind him. These two in front, these guys behind him, it's not over. Oh, the Good Doctor hits the grass. That's what we were talking about. Very easy to understeer onto the glass corner before the back straight. Good Doctor's had a big moment. He's lost half a second there alone. The Malevolent One's times aren't too shabby right now. He's bringing Womble with him, but he has just let that gap go a little bit. It's 1.2 seconds between the two now.
But he's got the Good Doctor just 3 seconds up the road from him, which has dropped about a second and a half since I last checked in on that split. So you'll have the motivation of seeing that car just a little bit closer, just driving him to push that little bit.
The ECU of Daz is holding on to here. That Corvette not looking happy at all, but the times look very, very handsome actually compared to the guys in front of him. He's clawed back a lot of time out of Womble. That gap was 4.5, it's now down to 2.5. And the Malevolent One's skipping away from Womble, and he's closing in on the Good Doctor, who seems to be really struggling with that Jaguar at the moment.
Back up in third. Kez has picked up another 1 second penalty through that second sector.
And the gap between Rex and Petey Pops has closed up a bit too here. It's slashed down to 0.8 of a second. Is Rex on the fuel save? Has he pushed too hard here? This gap is closing dramatically, actually. 27.7 and a 28.1. So that was Rex's first lap at the 28s. Petey Pops looks very strong at this point in the race.
And he's in the slipstream down the front straight. This could get spicy at turn 1.
On board the Doghouse Aston now. It's that beautiful dashboard, the suede interior. They've kept all of that, the luxury, but we're not worried about any of that. Look at that, a 26.8 for a flying lap. That's quicker than qualifying. What a time! That is fast.
Come on, Petey. Hold it through turn 1, mate. There you go.
That is a brutally quick time. That is quick enough for Division 2. Rex is...
I'm ashamed to say that that's quicker than I was running in Division 3. That's... oof.
Yeah, and I do remember quite a few of these guys in group, even in Division 1 were in the high 26s. So that's interesting. That is a very fast lap by Petey Pops here. If Rex makes one false move, it's curtains. But has Rex just woken up to the fact that Petey Pops now is just starting to become a bit more of a threat in this race? That 1 second penalty has not helped Keza at all. That gap's now well and truly out. 5.7 seconds. He's got a lot of time to find to the leaders. Dobrev just can't seem to make the inroads happen. But it is the battle up the front.
Now, lap 14. We'll be getting pretty close to pit stop soon. I think I'll see most of these guys coming in around the lap 17, maybe lap 18 mark if they're keen to go for the overcut.
We did see quite a few of the guys go lap 16, and these guys may even just push the stints out a little bit further just to see if they can have fresher tyres towards the end of the race. But I wouldn't doubt somebody like Womble actually being able to go even a little bit further if he's got the fuel to do it, because he has great tyre management in that M4. It's 2.7 down on the Malevolent One at the moment. But his times look pretty decent. He's had a couple of he's had a couple of offs in the last few laps. Maybe 1 minute 29. 1 minute high 28s,
at
low 29s.
At the moment, the ones worst off for fuel, you're probably not going to believe this, but in an equal lowest for fuel at the moment is Dazza in the Corvette
As expected.
and Debrev in the Mercedes.
Ooh. That's a bit of a worry for Debrev because that car doesn't have the grunt to really keep up with the Astons or the Mustangs on the straights. Just seems like the gap between these top two here, it just seems to close in a little bit every now and again and then go out a little bit. Petey Pops definitely
I think that purple lap from Petey Pops might have just frightened Rex a little bit. He's probably seen that and gone, uh-oh.
Yeah, and not only that, as a driver, you can get what we call purple fever. So you'll see yourself do a purple lap, or you'll get a purple sector, and then you just you'll lose focus on what you're doing, and then just either throw it in the wall, or you'll lose time somewhere, hit the grass. Very, very easy to see that happen, especially when it's in the middle of your screen.
I am absolutely guilty of that. I'll see a purple sector, I'll get all excited, get distracted, next minute I'm in the wall. And throw it all away.
I reckon actually in terms of the top three, Kez is the one that's actually the quickest at the moment, is he? Let's have a look. 27.8. Yeah, 27.8 last lap for Petey Pops here, and a 27.7 for Rex. Looks like, I reckon if Keza was able to close in on these guys, he would be able to hang with them. As there's a battle going on down a bit down the field here, Womble. And Dazza has slashed that gap. It was 4 seconds, but he is in a major fuel deficit.
Both Rex and Petey Pops are on the line.
Oh, so they'll be in within the next lap or two.
There's only less than 2 tenths as
Petey
Petey
Pops
goes
going
down
to
the
for a move
inside.
here. Up the inside, is there going to be room? Oh, a little bit of a bumper grind.
Well done, boys. Well done.
These two are fighting tooth and nail. Rex, the undisputed best on so far. Oh, he fainted.
Bit of gamesmanship going on.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
That's a little something we haven't seen this season. Down the main
That's
straight.
cheeky. I like it.
Debrev's pitted. He's got the smell of an oily rag for a fuel tank. Wonder if Petey Pops might just consider just saving a little bit of fuel here. Or is he going the full send? That's the interesting question here.
Kazza in third position has just touched onto the fuel light. The good doc in fourth is still sitting on about... He's still got 20% left in the tank. He's fine.
That's a great fuel save. But look at
That
Rex's,
is huge.
Rex's last lap was a 29.1. That's massive.
Same with the malevolent one in the Dodge Viper. He's equal with fuel on the good doc.
Ooh. So we'll see a couple of these guys fall back a little bit in terms of fuel. And then, oh, look at Petey Pops. Just a little bit of understeer there. Is that going to cost him time? Rex is half a second ahead, but this is where the Aston comes into its own, down the straights.
There is a lot of short shifting going on between those two at the moment. Rex has absolutely nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, and if I'm Petey Pops, I'm just saving. Trying to get every conceivable advantage. You know you got the pace to hang with him. Oh, Petey Pops! Oh, car control,
no.
but that's cost him.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
See if we can get a little bit of a replay on that, but gee whiz.
As Rex comes into the pit with absolutely nothing left. 0%.
Just no grip in that rear at all, and it's just fried the tyres.
As he comes in, right on the 25-minute mark, he is going to have to brim that tank to its maximum just to make it home.
Surely the good
Both
doc and
drivers.
Malevolent one pit here. Oh, the Malevolent
doc
one's
comes in.
going. He's going again.
16%. That is a huge save. That's 3 or 4 seconds time in the pit right there.
That's interesting. Malevolent one's going around again. So I reckon he's looking at the D-stick to Andrew strategy here and thought, you know what, that's what I'm doing. Womble's also gone around
in
again.
all fairness, he's still got 15% of fuel in the tank. He's good for another 2-3 laps.
Rex comes out and he's 2.4 ahead of Petey Pops. And Kez has
The front
actually closed the
tyres on
gap.
The front tyres on the Malevolent One's Dodge Viper might have something to say about that extra 2 or 3 laps, but he could, in theory, do it.
Yeah, but what you're costing yourself is you're costing yourself with tyre life. You're losing valuable time, especially on these guys that are on fresh boots. But Petey Pops and Keza, that gap is well and truly closed. That was as high as 5.7 seconds at one stage. And what Malevolent One's got to be wary of too. He's being undercut now by Womble, who was the guy that was behind him, that he was losing time on. Now, Keza may have just brought himself back into this. The gap is about 4 seconds between the two, but Rex, oh boy, he doesn't want to make a mistake now.
Now, does a Malevolent One come in? He's on the main straight now. Nope, he goes around again.
Wow.
Womble will be in. He's on the fuel light, so I dare say Womble's coming in.
No, he's not.
As he proves me wrong.
Wow.
Flips me the bird on his way past and says, nope, I'm going around again.
Wow. These two running, I think, a little bit longer than they need to. 29.5 and a 20... Oh, no. Malevolent One's pace is actually not half bad. Did a 28.3 last lap on 18-lap-old tyres. That is actually not too bad.
Save for lap 16, he's been very consistent.
Is he going to play himself in this game? Because he won't need as much fuel to get home. He'll have fresher tyres than Rex, Petey Pops and Keza. He might not be in that battle, but in the battle with the Good Doctor here, he may very well... He's actually gained time on the Good Doctor. Look at the Good Doctor's last lap, 29.9. So he's gained 1.3 just there alone.
Kez has taken 3/10 out of the gap between himself and Petey Pops.
Oh, he's just crossed that line too. Is he going to get a penalty here? You don't want to take too much of that curbing over the top of the hill. Petey Pops,
I think he's gotten away with that.
I think he has too. Petey Pops seems to go really wide on that left-hander onto the back straight. But that gap at the moment between the two, 1.5. They don't want to scrap. They don't want to lose sight of Rex. These two are still in with a chance to win this race.
And Malevolent One goes around again.
Wow, no way. No way.
Does now. Womble comes in. Yes, he's got nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, 29.3 last lap from Malevolent One. He's not really fighting the leaders, but that's, a 20-lap stint. That's interesting.
Well, that's a bold strategy, Carton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat if he actually does come in on the end of this lap and he has fresh fuel, less fuel to put in. He's gonna be a big threat to the Good Doctor. He possibly could be a big threat to Dobrev as well. That's an interesting strategy. We're going to keep our eyes on that. Dobrev P5 at the moment is probably his main threat. Dobrev's driven a pretty handy race at the moment, just keeping to himself. He's not really got the pace to contend with the top guys, but he hasn't really put a foot wrong either. Lap 16's that lap he pitted, hence the 2-minute 5. Gap out to
less than 2 seconds between Womble and Dazza now.
Yeah, and Dazza's had good
made
pace.
up a bit of ground.
He has had good pace all race, Dazzler. It's just those two incidents really cost him. He's had the pace actually to run top 5, if I'm honest. There's Keza. He's just clawed back a little bit of time on the back straight. Seems like this car's got a bit less downforce than the Doghouse Aston. It's important to get great exits off that last hairpin. The fondly named Alfred. So Malevolent One's finally pitted with the smell of an oily rag. He won't need to put full tank in here. Only needs enough for 14 laps, so he probably is going to get about 3/4 of a tank here. But how much time has he lost is the real question. Keep our eyes on Dobrev here. Dobrev should clear him. It's the Good Doctor that's the one that's going to have to be on high alert.
That's quite impressive. 20 laps in a stint in a Dodge Viper. I'm genuinely impressed.
And the Malevolent One's come out.
As the Good Doc goes around turn 1.
That gap has actually come down between himself and the Malevolent One. It's 3.1. When Good Doctor pitted, it was actually 4.4. That's huge.
Just keeping an eye on the weather here. There's quite a few clouds and a little bit of mist rolling in.
Ooh. Here I was told not to bring the brolly. That's, are we going to see rain hit? That's the
as long as the Ascension boys keep that barbecue going, I'm a happy camper.
Yep, and I'm seeing a couple of the Red Mist boys starting to crack open some green beacons down in the pit lane, and it's going to be a pretty tight finish, I reckon, between the top 5. This cloud's definitely rolling over. The track temperature's going to drop here. Boys will have to be on their toes a little bit. That gap between Rex and PD Pop's 2.7 seconds. Rex not really getting away from these guys. In fact, PD Pop's closed in on him last lap.
Oh, K-Dog's had a moment in the first sector.
Oh, he's gone around. I reckon he's hit the snake and what we call the sausage curbs. Is it just understeers wide on him? That's not gone well. But I dare say what's happened is he's gone through the snake and he's just carried too much pace in the sausage curbs. We call them the scales, and it's just flipped him into the wall. It's been a bit of a tough run tonight for K-Dog. He hasn't really put a foot wrong till this moment either. Just in front of him though, Womble and Dazza. That battle is definitely closed up.
Ooh.
Less than a tenth
Dazza's
between
taken
them.
1.5 seconds out of that gap as he just runs that little bit wide.
The Corvette's got the pace. There's no denying that. It's just what he's able to do with it. On board now on the locked up Motorsports Corvette. Looking at the Red Mist Racing EMW M4. Definitely that ECU not looking fun. You can tell Dazza's really got that line sorted. It's just, can the ECU in that car hold on is the biggest question here. In the intriguing battle of 5th place at the moment, Malevolent One versus the Good Doctor, and time is coming down, albeit very slowly. 2.5 to the good, for the Good Doctor. 4.5 seconds split between the top 3 though. Rex can't afford to make a mistake, and he is coming up on lap traffic. I wonder if the lap traffic will play a part. We know... Oh, look at it! Oh no, Kez is gone! Kez is straight into the wall!
Oh, no.
That is huge! See if we can get on the replay.
There, watching that split coming down slowly. Oh, Keza, what's gone wrong?
He's just over committed through the snake, and it's just hit. Just did not want to grip. The rear end just stepped out, and that's put Kessa down by 10 seconds. So now it's a 2-horse race. PD Pops doesn't have to worry about getting distracted from behind him.
That is a big free kick to PD Pops, who is actually taking a lot of chunks of time out of Rex right now. I'm just wondering if Rex maybe picked up a half-second penalty there. Because he's dropped 1 and a bit seconds that lap.
We've got another spicy little meatball starting to form again, and that's round 3 of the Womble Dazza argument.
Oh boy.
Here we go again.
Oh boy.
On board the Green Beacon M4, and look at the Corvette's power. Womble goes defensive. But is it going to be anything for the Corvette? The Corvette in a straight line is an absolute animal. Womble holds his line.
Is a weapon under brakes. Plenty of room being given by both drivers. I love seeing that.
Womble held the racing line very well, but I don't know if he's got anything for that Corvette. It is an absolute just rocket ship in a straight line, to quote one ghost. Dazza, look at this drag race down to turn 1. We saw what happened the last time these two met at turn 1. Womble holds his line.
Oh,
Dazza goes around the outside. Surely not. If he holds
This is fantastic.
great racing between these two as they come through the snake. And Womble's held his nerve.
A man after my own heart does not want to go side by side through turn 3. Decides to back out of it. Smart man. He knows he's got the pace in a straight line, so he'll just sit behind and wait for the next straight bit.
This is great racing between these two, and that's what we're all about at Sector 1. Up and down the field, you're going to see great racing no matter what. And these two being very respectful of each other. Onto the back straight now. What's the Corvette got? We'll jump on board now with the locked up Motorsports Corvette. Womble going defensive again, but can Dazza pull it off this time? Womble holds his line
that
yet
M4
again.
under brakes is just amazing.
It really
brake
is.
20 to 30 meters later than the Corvette.
Dazza very wide on the exit. Womble's playing all the right moves here. He's got the elbows out, but he's doing it fairly, and he's got great defense. This is the battle of the moment. Dazza, he's going to have another look. Womble goes deep on the brakes. No way. What a
crisscross. Oh, Womble's done it.
Oh, Dazza.
Has a bit of a moment.
Oh, that was tight. Oh,
Just
what a
gives it
battle.
that little bit too much throttle.
We want to tune in with the rest of the field, but this battle is just absolutely juicy at the moment. Unbelievable battling by these two. We'll just quickly check up the front. Rex 1.7 ahead. That gap is closing to Petey Pops, who's just got a little bit of an oversteer moment, so Rex will find a bit of time there. Kez is still in P3. Debrev in P4, the good doctor. He's actually made a lot of time up on the Malevolent one. It's now 4.1 seconds, so Malevolent one's had a penalty. Very interesting. But back in this battle now, Womble's still going defensive, still side by side. Coming into Alfred now. Womble's still holding that defensive line. Jeez, these two are playing for keeps right now. They're playing for the last skittle in the bag. Womble very aggressive defending there on the pit entry. Get on board now with the Red Mist Racing M4. The power of the Corvette cannot be underestimated. But the braking stability of the M4 is just enormous. Still side by side into turn one. This is fantastic battling. Dazza not around the outside. Surely not. What a move. It took him 3 laps, but that is an incredible move. See if we can get a
brave, and it paid off.
See if we can get a replay of that. But that was just phenomenal driving by both guys. Hold your heads up high. That has been an incredible exchange. Exchange of the season. Holy jeez. We're going to catch back up with the front now, but that was insane racing by those two. Wow.
The gap out front had stepped out to just over 2 seconds. It comes back down on the straights as Petey Pops does seem to have a slight straight line speed advantage over Rex and the Mustang, but for the rest of the track, it seems like Rex has got his number. He can just pull out that half-tenth here and there.
That battle between Dazza and Womble, that's probably the battle of the season, I'm going to say it. That was just phenomenal racing.
I heard a lot of noise coming from the direction of the Red Mist Racing garage down in pit lane, so fair to say they're pretty excited down there.
Got our eyes on it, Kez at the moment. He's made a tiny bit of inroads, but it's not going to be anything.
As we've got a blue flag out for K-Doggy coming onto the back straight, as Rex is just catching up to him.
Yeah, and I think K-Doggy's
hopefully he will see the blue flag and do the right thing and just sidestep out of the way.
What this will do is it will actually help Rex here in terms of a slipstream down the straight. It'll actually create more time for Rex. He's flashing the lights. Is K-Doggy going to get out of the way though? He has to. As long as the blue flags are out, he does have to give way, but he's going to have to do it in a good spot. He doesn't want to get in the way of the leaders here.
Rex isn't quite close enough for that to be a viable option right now.
I'll tell you what, that battle between Womble and Dazza has woken up the Obsession garage there. Pruski was just focusing on his own thing by the looks of it, and he's just being trackside watching that battle unfold. Oh, Rex is starting to get held up a little bit now here by K-Doggy. This isn't good. K-Doggy has to get out of the way.
Oh, K-Dog.
Can't be doing that, especially a lap down. Rex will be seeing red at the moment. We're seeing the messages here light up from the Lucky's Lawn Care boys. Oh, Rex is... Oh no, there's been a bit of contact too. This is huge. what this has done. Look at the gap now between Petey Pops and Rex. This is not helping.
Oh, this is not doing Rex any favours whatsoever. Come on, K-Dog.
Oh, Rex is
just lift off. Get out of it. Get out of it.
What this has done is just closed. It's closed Petey Pops right up at the moment into slipstream territory. But not only that, that's held Rex up massively. Blue flags. And he's not moved.
That might have a few stewards clicking the pens, this one, I think.
I don't think there'll be stewards clicking the pens. I think there'll be the kitchen sink thrown at this, to be honest. This is race-changing stuff. And K-Doggy's not letting off either. As Petey Pops is going to have to go around the outside. And he does. That is a brilliant move. Probably one we didn't need to see, but that has been a fantastic move. And I think going back down the battle, still hasn't ended between Dazza and Womble. Less than a second of each other, and they've been fighting relentlessly, but oh boy. What that has done
Keep
now...
an eye on that for round 6 of the Dazza Womble exchange.
But what K-Doggy's done, he's just put first and second between nothing of each other, and Petey Pops has looked strong all race when he's been in the slipstream. He's definitely going to have a look here, but oh boy, the Red Mist boys, the box is lining up. That's huge.
Just to give you an idea of how these guys are going to be going over the next 5 or 6 laps or so, they are absolutely identical on fuel, whereas Petey Pops has a little bit more wear on the rear tyres, whereas Rex has more wear on the front tyres.
Yeah, and here you need
Rex
strong
may
braking.
struggle.
Oh, Petey Pops
Rex
is
may
there.
struggle.
He's going up the inside.
Oh, there we go.
This is the race for the race. This is the race for
He
the
goes
race. What a
very
call.
deep under brakes. Oh,
And Petey Pops goes round. If I'm Rex here, I'm just trying to keep my composure a little bit. Yes, he's been held up by someone with a blue flag, but he's going to have to fight for this one now. It's in circumstances he shouldn't be in, but in saying that, we haven't seen Rex properly tested this season. He's definitely had the pace to really unsettle this entire field.
and if you can hear that noise in the background, that is the Doghouse pit lane garage going absolutely mental right now.
This win for Petey Pops, if he can hold on, this will be massive for the championship. This will flip it on its head. There'll be a 3-way contendership. Oh, there's been a bit of an accident down a bit further in the field here. Dazza's had it off. We've seen Dazza.
I don't see Rex letting go of this easily, though. He's going to throw everything at Petey Pops. The kitchen sink, the plates, the bowls, the knives, the forks, the spoons, the whole lot. He's just going to give it everything.
As the sun starts to come back out again, the temperatures are going to rise on the track. They're already rising in the helmets of the two drivers you see here. Petey Pops versus Rex. Doghouse versus Red Mist. And Rex is just deep braking. And that's not going to help his front tyres either. You really need good front braking here. Especially in these hard braking zones. The downhills, the uphills. As they enter through the snake. This is for the Division 4 Championship. These boys putting on a great show at the moment. On board the Red Mist Racing Mustang, Rex needs to do something here. He hasn't let go of Petey Pops just yet. Petey Pops already had a win at Autopolis. Rex has had wins at Bathurst. He's had a win at the first round as well. It's been that long since we started the season. I've forgotten where it is, but that's not the point. The point is these two are 2 of your 3 title protagonists. And with Malevolent One down in P6 at the moment, this could be very well for the championship. Look at the grip Petey Pops just gets through that hairpin. It just doesn't let go. Very stable car. Has Rex got an answer here? The gap has well and truly extended to Keza. 10.8 to the good.
I'm actually surprised to see that Mustang actually has the straight line speed over the Aston Martin. That's astounding to me.
Oh, look out. Here we go. They're back on it again, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen it before. We're seeing it now. Dazza versus Womble. Yet again, this battle. Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Rex goes purple through the first sector. He is a man on a mission.
He really is. Time's not on his side here. The move has to happen shortly. Look at
3 minutes to go.
And that's been the story of Petey Pops just on that last corner of the back straight. Just understeer, and it's killing him on the back straight. Rex has got to have a look here. On the green beacon half-mast Mustang. This is a spicy little meatball of a battle here. Popsy goes defensive.
Rex gets some lovely drive out of that hairpin.
Yeah, and you heard the Aston as well off the exit. It's also got a great exit. These two cars very stable, very well planted. There's absolutely nothing left in the tank on these two. They are throwing the kitchen sink at each other. Rex goes, looks for a look, but no, he won't get it done. Petey Pop's great defensive driving.
Just parking it on the apex there and saying, if you want to go past, you're going to have to do it the hard way.
We haven't seen Rex tested all season. He's missed one round. He's won every other race. This is huge.
Beautiful car positioning from Petey Pops there.
It seems like the Mustang's got the wood in the tight and twisty sections, and the Aston is just a beast down the straights. But let's see if Petey pulls it here. He goes very defensive.
That might compromise his exit speed. It does. Rex, there's the wall there. Look out, mate.
Side by side down the back straight, these two. There is no time left in this race. These two are absolutely fighting tooth and nail here for the win at Deep Forest for Division 4.
It'll be this lap and one to go.
Oh, very defensive. Oh, Rex!
Petey Pops has gone wide at the hairpin.
Oh, I thought there was going to be contact there. The crisscross was well and truly on that. Oh, that's going to be huge.
Oh, Petey.
At a very critical moment, Rex has to put the foot down here.
It's all or nothing this lap.
And we know Rex...
As they are both on the fuel light, I don't think either of them care about that. There'll be no interest in fuel saving here.
What a race we've had tonight, guys. It may only have been 9 cars, but gee whiz, we've been treated to some fantastic battling. What Petey needs to do is make sure he gets the that last left-hander onto the back straight. He needs to get that clean. The Mustang will be strong here, but he's going to have a toe down the straights. And then he's just going to have to lick the stamp and send it as they go into Alfred. This is where Petey struggled, and he struggled. Wide again. And he's lost time. This will be the last lap of the race. I reckon Rex may just have this one. Coming up to Alfred now. Rex needs to hit this absolutely perfectly. Breaks it very well. Petey Pop's a little bit wide. He's gassed it. Rex has had to put up with a humongous fight from Petey Pops. He had to deal with the blue flag dilemma. But he's coming out the other side. He's had a phenomenal battle, and he will take the win. Petey Pops P2 threw everything he could at that one.
Just running out of fuel before the line.
Kezo will take 3rd place tonight. Great drive. Couple of mistakes that he won't like, but a fantastic job overall for 3rd. Dobrev with a penalty.
Home, carrying a half-second penalty.
Oh, look out. Oh, no, the good doctor's got K-Doggy in front of him. They'll cross the line, P5 and P9. Malevolent One, just mistakes somewhere along the line, just has not had the pace. till mid-race. 20 lap stint. He'll come P6. Womble in P7. He survived the battle with Dazza, who I'm assuming has run out of fuel. He has.
He has indeed. Womble just ran out of fuel before the line as well.
But what a race. That was just... It had it all. Congratulations to Rex, who surely has one hand on that championship at the moment. An absolutely stunning drive. He had every single conceivable thing thrown at him today. And he's come out the other side with the chocolates. Petey Pops didn't put a foot wrong until that last couple of laps. Absolutely threw haymakers with Rex. Knows he's got what it takes to fight for this championship, but he'll be absolutely gutted he didn't get the win on that one. And Keza, early on, he looked like he was just not going to be able to get into that podium position, but he found solid pace at the end of it. Delivering Ragged Edge another podium. But congratulations does go to Rex. What a phenomenal drive. So, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the day. How do you choose that one? That's just an absolute slobber knocker of a race, that one.
I think for my driver of the day nomination, I'm just going to flip a coin. I'm going to go heads for Rex, tails for Petey Pops.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to do that.
Heads it is. Rex is my nomination for driver of the day. I could not split them.
Yeah.
That was some fantastic racing from both of them.
I think I'm going to give my driver of the day to... as much as I love that battle between the top two, I think I'm going to give my drive to Keza, because to come back into the podium and after the first couple of incidents he had, not only that, but he played his fuel strategy right. He ended up being very, very close to that top three, and if it wasn't for a couple of little mistakes, he would have been in that battle as well. I think I'm going to give mine to Keza, but... that was just... The battle between Dazza and Womble will go down as probably one of the very best we've seen in Sector 1 for quite a long time. And especially as well, the battle with Rex and Petey Pops for the win, that was just huge. Holy boy, just looking in chat at the moment, Bumcrackers said Rex, driver of the day, great race. Killer on the loose, well done Rex, great win. Driver of the day, Poppers from Shizer. Driver of the day, Rex from Killer. The Strangers voted Petey Pops driver of the day. This is going to be a tight one. We're going to have to figure this out. We got VF who said driver of the day, Rex. Strangers, Petey Pops driver of the day. Poppers driver of the day from Dadson and Lenocious. Good racing, everybody, from Grrr as well, who's in the chat. That is just what a race that was. Anyway, I think what we'll do now is we'll take a quick 5-minute break, guys. We'll get sorted and get ready to go for Group 2. We know it's going to be an absolutely hectic slobber knocker of an event, but before we do have to announce the second version of the upcoming Sector 1 Sports Spectacular that we've got Wednesday night. We're looking at a couple of course, the Group 86, well, the GR86s as we call them. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful event. A little fun event, of course. Taking these guys around Red Bull Ring Short and the Yamagiwa Miyabi circuit. Anyone is welcome to enter either of those events. And secondly, of course, we have got another event, and in honour of the good doctor and all the work he's done, of course, stepping back from admin at the end of this season, we're going to flare up a little event that he dreamt up over between the break, and also give one particular car a worthwhile hurrah, I reckon. So we're going to use the S14 Sylvia touring car, but we're going to do it with the DuckTales spoilers and do it NASCAR style. So the first race we can announce will be at the short version of Watkins Glen, which will be very, very
Sorry to be
interesting.
pedantic. The S14 or the S15?
Which one's the newest one? I don't know.
The S15.
Oh, there we go. So, of course, a lot of the teams still kindly holding their S15s. We're just not being able to give them the proper send-off they deserve. And, yeah, the first race is at the short version of Watkins Glen. Of course, we've seen a lot of fantastic road races there in NASCAR in the past. Who can forget that massive battle a few years ago between Marcus Ambrose, Brad Keselowski, and Kyle Busch, of course. That was just an absolute barnstorming battle. That one won't be forgotten anytime soon. That'll be in the annals of history for NASCAR, especially the ending. But That's why we've chosen that one. And then the second track, we're going to do it proper NASCAR style on the speedways. We are going to Daytona. And I'm looking very much forward to that one. There will be a qualifying session for those guys at Watkins Glen, but then we will send them to Daytona based on results. But we're not going to say how or what results. So we're just going to keep everybody on their toes a little bit. And yeah, I'm looking very, very forward to that one. Anyway, guys, we will take a quick interval. Please stay tuned. We will get straight to the Division 2 race in 5 minutes' time. But for now, take a quick toilet break, grab a drink, grab a beverage, get ready with some popcorn, and we will settle down for Division 2 because it's going to be an absolute barnstormer. Welcome back, everybody, to Sector 1 Sim Racing, and coming off the heels of a absolute slobber knocker of a Group Division 4 race, we are now turning our attention to the final race of 2022 in terms of Sector 1 in the competitive stuff, and that is Division 2, and these guys have got quite a show to follow up. We'll just quickly check in on the points for these guys. As you can see here, Young Wakey has a 12-point leader at the moment over Evil Evo, and Young Wakey has been an absolute star this season, hasn't really put too many feet wrong. Did have a 7th place finished over at Autopolis. Evil Evo 2nd, Lenocious P3 in the Mercedes, he's doing a fantastic job. Old Wakey P4, he's looked at home in the Corvette, he's done an absolutely wonderful stint so far this season. Stickers on his comeback season, P5 for Dadson Racing. Race Fan in 6th at the moment for CP Motorsports. Bumcrack in P7. He's struggled a little bit over the season, but he's definitely got some solid points there. Pat Star in 8th for Doghouse. Freelix in 9th for Ascension Racing. D-Flow in P10. Hopefully he is racing tonight. I'm not sure if he's at the track, but we will wait and see on that one. The Cruisin', of course, for racing cars like Legends in 11th. Black Project, who is returning tonight. He's had a couple of rounds off and ended up having the spicy cough at one stage, as I do understand, for Blacklight Motorsport. Of course, Jish going up to Division 1 and proving his point there of P3 last weekend for Ascension. And Lucky, who has stepped from Division 1 to 2 to accommodate the move to for Jish. Sitting there for Lucky's Lawn Care in P14 at the moment. But, yeah, that's state of the championship at the moment, as we're at the halfway point and looking very much forward to this one. So, guys in chat, write down your picks for driver of the day for this one. Any spicy little meatballs you want to see. Who's going to provide a surprise, and will there be a championship-changing, defining moment in this particular race? That is the question here. You got any thoughts on this one, Luke?
Well, my first thought is it's good to see Black Project back. He's had a bit of a hiatus, as you said, with things going on in life, and then the spicy cough rearing its ugly head. Just watching these guys in the little bit of practice we have here before we kick off qualifying, and it's looking like Stickers and Race Fan, along with Evil Evo, are the pace setters here early on, with Stickers setting a 26.2 with relatively high fuel loads. So
that's brutally quick. That's Division 1 top tier quick. That's wow.
I am sensing during the later stages of qualifying, we may see some in the 25 second bracket.
Ooh. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be huge. Of course, smash the like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel. Channel is growing quite nicely at the moment. We're very, very happy with that. Hit 468 subscribers, which we're pretty happy about. And, of course, if you do want to join in, more than welcome to come into our Discord channel. Join the fun. Have a chat with everybody. Get yourself known, of course. Join in with the like-minded guys who love their share of motorsports, anything car-related, and even a meme or two. So, yeah, we're just about to get qualifying underway, of course, for Division 2. And this one has drama written all over it. And we know what Division 2 they've done over the last few years. It's just been absolutely wonderful as we're waiting for the cars to take to the track. Hear the light, they've just gone green.
Who's going to be first out?
Oh, and it's the big one. It's Lenocious. He had a P3 at Bathurst in a Mercedes that really didn't have the pace to contend with the leaders. For Obsession Motorsport, he's going to look to finish this season with a bit of a bang. We've got Pat Star in P2 for Doghouse Motorsport. He missed the last round. Returning, of course, in the red version of the Doghouse Aston Martins. It's looking fantastic. We've got Race Fan for CP Motorsports, and Race Fan, he won't make no bones about it. He's found it a little bit difficult this season to get used to the Division 4s. He's been off the pace, but we know what he did here in the Sylvia. He ran in Division 1 and actually finished P5 against the likes of TX3 GDR, Distinct Andrew, and Morgan Davey, and so on and so forth. So we know he's got form at this track, so he's one to keep your eye on. As is Evil Evo. for Doghouse Motorsport. And last time we were here, he finished second in the Division 2 race to yours truly. Cough, cough, I'm just going to rub that in. Sorry, stranger. Got Old Wakey for Locked Up Motorsports in the Corvette. Old Wakey's been a very consistent performer this season. He's looked very, very strong, as has the championship leader, Young Wakey himself. Now, 12 points in the championship lead. He'll want to win this one and go to the Christmas break with a bit of a high. We've got Mr. Bumcrack in P6 at the moment, and we've seen what he was able to do over the last couple of seasons in terms of pace here at Deep Forest. He's been comfortable with the Corvette. Just struggled a little bit in terms of the difference of pace compared to what he's been used to, though, over the last few seasons in terms of the quality of the field and getting accustomed to tuning again, especially. We've got the unbackable favourite here, Stickers, in PEH at the moment for Dadson Racing, and well, we just heard the news before, a 26-2 first flyer. That is just phenomenal pace. Freelix for Ascension Racing now. If he scores a podium tonight, it will be the first time in history for Sector 1 that we have had all 4 cars of a particular team on the podium. So, one to keep your eyes out for tonight, and the returning Black Project for Blacklight Ammo Motorsports in arguably the best looking car on the grid, that absolutely gorgeous matte black.
Pat Starr has picked up a penalty on his first flying lap, so I think that's cooked it for him. He's done the right thing. He's let Evil Evo go on through without impeding. It's good stuff to see, Paddy.
We'll jump on board with Lenosius now. He is the first to cross the line and see what exactly he's capable of in this Mercedes for Obsession. Coming onto the front straight now, and it's all new, reconstructed, redesigned. What does he do? 1 minute 26.5. That is a great lap to start things off. Evil Evo with a 26.6. Pat Starr just in third. There's Old Wakey. Keep your eyes on Young Wakey here. 1 minute 30.8. And look at that, Stickers straight to the top with a 26.4 first flyer. Thanks for coming. That's quick.
Oof.
That is... wow. That's a statement piece right there. As race fan in P2 as well. So both these boys are on a fantastic start to qualifying. A lot of Astons in this field though, so it is quite down to car setup for these Aston drivers. I do believe we might have 5 or 6 Astons across the field. But
We've got Stickers in Dadson Racing, Race Fan for CP, Evil Evo in Doghouse, Freelix for Ascension, Black Project for Deeds.
no, Blacklight.
Oh, gee,
Yeah. No, he was.
Good Doc, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Good Doc. Pat Starr in Doghouse Racing, and Young Wakey in Locked Up Motorsport, who is caught in the meat and the sandwich between Bumcrack and Race Fan coming through Alfred. That might just hurt his lap a little bit.
Lenosius lost a lot of time on the front straight though. He was actually purple in the second sector there. So we're seeing the time starting to move a little bit. Stickers doesn't improve, but it's a pretty much, that is a pretty close time, 26.5. Good time by Black Project, a 26.9. A little bit of a slipstream to Freelix in front of him. But that's a surprise at the moment. Old and Young Wakey, P5 and P6. As Old Wakey's just got... oh no, that might be Bumcrack actually. It is Bumcrack. He's just smacked the wall. Got caught out at the through the snake, and looks like he had a bit of pressure on. Wonder what time we're going to see here in this field. We saw a lot of the guys drop into the low 25s in Division 1. Definitely know there's a 25 out there with the pace that these guys are setting. Look at that. Between the top 5, 2.5 tenths of a second.
Keep your eye on Evil Evo as he's coming into the braking zone for Alfred. He is currently purple.
Takes that very wide approach. Clips the apex. Great stability on the exit there. Not a hint of rear tyre spin. It's Lenosius pits. So the Mercedes of Lenosius is definitely suffering on the front straight. He's quick in the corners, but he's losing a lot of time.
I'm calling Evil Evo for pole.
Oh, that is close. So 1 minute 26.4. what stickers got in exchange. He also does a 26.4. Ho ho! Look out, the boys have come to play now.
A 4.69 versus a 4.80.
It looks like young Wakey's suffering from a little bit of bottoming out. You saw the smoke as the car turned. Just that front end not really gripped up the way you probably wanted it. Is he going to go? He's purple. On board with the locked up Motorsports Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Our championship leader. It's only 2.5 tenths behind, so it's not all lost at the moment. And Old Wakey's only a tenth and a half behind him. This is very, very close.
He's actually got Old Wakey just in front of him on track too, so he might be here for a bit of a slipstream.
That Corvette in a straight line is an absolute
bullet.
bullet.
Is there a bit of father-son teamwork going on?
Oh, look at that
Nothing
gap.
Against, nothing against that.
0.003 of a second on his best lap. This is tight. Love the Motec system on the dashboard of this Aston Martin. Also keeps its original engine start button, despite the fact it has the kill switch on front of it. Can Old Wakey steer young Wakey to the podium here?
I don't think he is. I think he's hell bent on getting his own quickest lap and just said, "Nah, mate, you're on your own."
Evil Evo's just improved again by 100th. A 1 minute 26.470. Look at the gap between the top three. All in Astons.
Stickers comes into the pits for a fresh set of boots. No fuel, of course, being qualifying.
That Doghouse Aston, each one of them, looks absolutely fantastic. They really do. All the cars actually...
They do indeed.
All the cars in Sector 1 look amazing. They really do.
And I'm a fan how each driver seems to have their own individual colour as well.
Race fan in P3 at the moment, doing a great job. And I reckon he might have just had a little bit of a hint of the Nissan Silvia in terms of his setup, as he's 1,000th up on his best lap at the moment. Jump on board the CP Motorsports Aston. CP just haven't really had a big season as a whole this year. Like, they've just not been able to click with these Group 4 cars. They are a conglomerate. They are a powerhouse. They are able to set up the cars very, very well, but just seems like compared to the other Astons on the grid from the likes of Dadson and... Oh, look out. Here we go. Race fans purple. Approaching Alfred now. Brakes very hard. He's got to nail the corner exit here. And he does. Beautifully done exit. Not a hit of rear wheel spin. Car looks very settled, very composed.
Is he about to make you eat your words about car setup?
I hope he does, to be honest. Let's see what he can do. A 26.5. Look at the gap. Look at the gap between the top four. A tenth and a half. There's nothing in this.
I'm getting deja vu of Division 1 qualifying where there was just thousandths between the drivers. There's not tenths here. There's not hundreds. It's thousands.
Look,
as he picks up a half-second penalty through the first sector. That's cooked this lap for him.
There's less than a second between... Oh, did Felix... No, he saved it.
Oh! Did Race Fan just get a bit of a touch from young Wakey?
Oh, if he has, that could be huge. That could be a penalty if that's the case.
Race Fan was a little bit sideways. I'm not sure if that was...
That's interesting, because if that has happened, then that could be huge for the championship in terms of young Wakey. Look at this team game from Evil Evo and Pat Star here.
I'm not here to play steward. I'm just here to be director or commentator. I will leave that any incident reports to be submitted by drivers and team owners. I will leave that entirely up to them.
And Ascension Racing's #1 barbecue attendant, mind you.
Well,
look at Evo.
They do put on a pretty good barbecue, and the beers aren't bad either.
It is less than a tenth and a half between the top five. That's unheard of. As Lenocious has got massive understeer, there might be an invoice for that. Still plenty of time. Yep, there we go. Half a second penalty.
Oopsie daisy.
Young Wakey in P6 as well. Is he going to go purple in the
That is
first
a bit of a
sector? Oh, no.
surprise.
He's down on his first sector too.
Pat Star's got a 1 second penalty coming onto the back straight as well.
That's not going to help Evil Evo in terms of needing a tow. He might not need the tow. He might just go past here and just go for broke himself. He's still got a couple of minutes.
Race fan, 1/10 purple through the first sector.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't want to make a mistake. He does not want to make a mistake because he's got Stickers not far behind him. Stickers himself has got a half a second penalty. So Stickers will have to, he's going to have to decelerate, of course, but he might have only one more lap. See what Evil Evo can do now.
He's still purple.
Oh.
0.16.
1 minute 26.6 from Evil Evo there. A little bit checked up by Pat Star.
Oh, a little bit squirmy coming out of Alfred. Is that going to hurt him on the main straight?
Going to have to find something here. There's not much to find between any of the field. Felix goes into P8 with a 1 minute 26.9. Great lap.
Can race fan.
Oh! So he just, I dare say, he lost it at the exit.
Yep, getting it a little bit squirmy coming out of Alfred just cost him 0.2 of a second. That was enough.
Speaking of costing, young Wakey's got a half second penalty here. He might just be in trouble to old Wakey and Felix here. That's huge. That could be qualifying done for him. And Pat Star's got a 1 second penalty as well. P3 at the moment, so he could be the rear gunner here for Evil Evo.
Stickers will be sweating in his helmet right now.
Oh, he took a
won't know
lot.
that he's been given. He won't know that he's been given a couple of free kicks by the other boys picking up penalties.
No, he won't. And not only that, he's using everything on this track. They'll have one more lap. Oh, he's purple by miles.
Oh my lord.
This
That
is
huge.
This could be a 25.
Can we see a 25 in qualifying?
On board the
Come on,
Dadson
Stickers.
Motorsport Aston.
Do it for us.
He's improved out of sight. He is a former rising star of Sector 1. That Aston just has a lot of torque coming out of the last part of the front straight. Race fan goes to the top. But look at
There
that!
we go.
Stickers with a
There we go.
25.9. 0.4 of a second clear. That is incredible pace.
We put the call out. We wanted a 25 in qualifying. Stickers has delivered with a 25.970.
He is signed, sealed, delivered, stamped that one.
Oh, as he goes over the... Will there be any... Oh, he's gotten away with that, but he's a little bit slower through the first sector. He may not improve this lap.
Pat Star's definitely not improving. He's got a 1.5 second penalty. Lenocious, I don't think, is going to find much more.
Race fans tap the wall coming through turn 8 or 9. I can't count, so...
Young Wakey, P6 still at the moment. And if you think about how close the entire field is, with the exception of Stickers now, that's huge.
Well, you've got 900ths between Race Fan and Evo, 5,000ths between him and Pat Star, 800ths between him and Lenosis, 200ths between him and Young Wakey, and then 1/10 to back to Old Wakey.
Evil Evo's got a penalty.
You've got to go back to 9th place, which is within a second of pole. So the top 9 are within a second of each other.
It's a real shame because Evil Evo at the moment's got a 1/2 second penalty, so that'll be qualifying done for him. But, jeez, look at how close these splits are. 0.005 of a second between Evil Evo and Pat Star. Yeah, you're right, there's nothing in this. Look at the gaps between Young Wakey and Old Wakey as well. 0.009 of a second there. 0.02 of a second between Lenocious. 800. It's just... That's just phenomenal.
Wow, this race is looking forward to be quite a thrill ride, I think.
Holy Jesus. That's a mac and cheese balls moment, I dare say. That lap from Stickers is just, that is just brutal. 25.9.
That is definitely stamping his authority on this one.
And now we breathe.
Yeah.
So, guys in
All
chat,
right.
put down your picks for this one, driver of the days and all that jazz. Stickers, though, 25.9 from Race Fan, Evil Evo P3, Pat Star in 4th, Lenocious will be 5th, Old Wakey will be, Young Wakey will be starting P6 by 9 thousandths of a second to Old Wakey, Black Project P8 in his return drive, Freelix in P9, Bumcrack in P10. So that is our starting order for this particular race, guys. Holy Mother of Mary, that was a great qualifying session. Dadson has said, my man Stickers, what a lap. Guru said, great lap Stickers, go DR. Shiza, solid lap Stickers. Yeah, a lot of people acknowledging Stickers lap. Debrev, great lap Stickers. Yeah, how can you beat that? That is just brutal pace. So, as we just wait for the Division 2 boys to get ready to get sorted on the grid, and we'll get this race underway very shortly. But
All right, the boys have had a bit of a breather, bit of a drink. Cars have been refueled, new set of tyres. Where's that big red button? Oh, there it is.
yeah,
Let's go racing.
are you down at the Ragged Edge pit bay now, or what is the go there?
I have been thinking about doing a wander down, just having a look to see how things are going.
Holy
The smells coming from the Ascension Racing barbecue are incredibly hard to resist.
Yeah, and I agree. And we, for the first time, don't have McDonald's or KFC or anything near here, which is fantastic. And being Switzerland, the air is clean, the grass is green, and we are going to have some incredible racing.
Right, a rolling start is underway.
We're just waiting for GT to do its thing, of course. And these guys are underway as we head down to the track. Stickers will lead them. Race Fan just behind, but look at the behind. Oh, Lenocious and Young Wakey. Young Wakey's arguing already. Just sent it up the inside of Lenocious. That was an I don't care and I want this title move, but he's taken a lot of curve there. There could be an invoice. Pat Star's just checking this field up a little bit. Black Project's just been caught in the soup. Somehow they've all got out of that one.
Yeah, Blenosis went defensive going into turn 1 there, but not quite defensive enough. He left the door just that open, just that little bit, and Young Wakey had no hesitation in stepping right on through it.
Young Wakey's just got past Aussie Pat Star there, who was really having a moment there, as Lenocious just behind. He's got Old Wakey for company. Freelix has got Black Project. There's battles left, right, and centre down the back straight here. We don't know who to tune in at the moment. And there's contact. Oh, big contact! Young Wakey and Pat Star. Oh, more contact! Oh,
dear.
that is huge. That is our championship leader in the wall.
Oh dear.
We're going to have to take a replay of that one, but that has not ended well for our championship leader.
Oh my, that looked like Pat Star just got into the throttle a bit too much and stayed in it a bit too long.
And that is huge. And look at the contact with Black Project and Lenocious here. Oh my word, these boys are playing for keeps here. It's the last night before Christmas.
And that little bit of throttle has had huge consequences.
That is massive. What that has done has put Young Wakey 7 seconds behind Bumcrack. Back up the front now though, and Stickers, he's got to go to work.
Stickers has Race Fan right on his rear bumper.
And I know...
Evil Evo is not that far behind either.
And if I know Race Fan, he will not care one little bit about the pace of Stickers in quali.
Nope, not one iota.
On board the CP Motorsports Aston Martin. He's got the Datsun Racing Aston Martin in front of him. He's got the Evil Evo behind him. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Race fan pulls out of it.
Yeah, good move, good move.
The Doghouse Motorsports Aston of Evil Evo is caught back up, though. We've got a three-way battle for the lead. And just behind him, Old Wakey's got a penalty. Black Project up to P6 at the moment, though. What a start.
Well done, what a comeback drive.
And the Ascension Racing podium lockout's not out of the question here, because Felix himself is up to P7 as well.
As Black Project goes down the inside into turn 1.
Holy moly.
With the crisscross. Oh.
These boys, they're not mucking around tonight. It's the last race of the 2022 season. We've still got 3 rounds to go in 2023, but gee, we're putting on the show tonight. We haven't seen racing like this. Whoa.
They want to go out with a bang, all right.
Yeah, so someone wants Christmas presents. At the moment, though, young Wakey's eating coal. 6.5 behind, so he's finding time.
I'm not complaining, but hey, boys, would you mind giving us in the comms box a chance to breathe every now and again? As Old Wakey's going to serve his penalty on the back straight, which will be a lovely free kick for Lenosis.
Yeah, and Black Project might even have a bit of a look at this as well. Jump on board now. Lenosius is side by side. He just breezes past. Black Project's definitely going to think about it on the main straight. Felix deep! He's gone wide. He'll have the crisscross, but it might not be enough. He'll lose time. So Lenosius profited off that move, but Old Wakey's in the Corvette. That thing's going to be a rocket ship down the straight compared to the Mercedes. And look at the amount of time that Old Wakey's making up on the straight. Could be a move well and truly on for P4. Old Wakey goes up the inside of turn 1. Lenosius crisscrosses. Oh, there might not be enough room here to go through the snake. Old Wakey's got it done. Oh, Wakey's just a little bit out of control there. Lot of pace. Great driving, though, between these guys. It's Felix in P7 at the moment. Just watching all this unfold. And Black Project and Felix are really... they've taken advantage of the mistakes of the others in front of them. As Felix just drifts it through the left-hander. And he drifts it again, coming onto the back straight. Those rear tyres, they're going to be dead within 5 laps if he's driving like that. We'll go back up the front now, but Stickers still are clear. Nearly a second ahead.
I kept an eye on them for the past 3/4 of a lap, and Stickers has just managed to sneak a couple of tenths gap in there, and Evil Evo's just inside slipstream range of race fans, so I think race fans' attention might have turned from attacking Stickers into being defensive from Evil Evo.
If there's one thing I know about Evil Evo, he's just going to bide his time. He did that in the last Deep Forest race where he just sat there and waited for the mistakes, and then he played the tactical game. He conserved fuel, conserved tyres, and made the absolute most of it.
He is a very tenacious driver.
Very, very smart too, we'll give him credit. But looking at this battle, it's for P4 at the moment between Old Wakey, Lenosius. Oh, Lenosius just barely holding onto the rear end of that SLS. As we got the battle here as well, just behind Black Project and Felix. Doing a great job at the moment, these two. Lenosius just really wants a piece of this action. It's not far off the title fight between Old and Young Wakey, and Old Wakey here doing a great job of defensive driving. Lenosius very wide on the exit there. Evening, Scooter. Hope you're well, mate. Will Lenosius have a big look up into Alfred? No, he just doesn't have the pace in the straight line in the Merc. Oh, Wakey though, a lot of oversteer on the exit. That Corvette not handling well in the turns. But it will be an absolute bullet down the straight, so Lenosius might just have to be a bit smart about this one. In the meantime, the Aston's in front. P1, 2, and 3. Still just line astern at the moment. Is Lenosius going to have a look? No, thinks better of it. old Wakey, though, is just really... He just doesn't have the pace to keep up with the guys in front, the Astons, but he's going to be suffering in terms of fuel as well. We've seen it all round with the Corvette, with the exception of Kiwi Raikkonen, and as a result of Kiwi's fuel saving, he just lost a lot of pace as Lenosius is starting to get very, very aggressive here. On board the Obsession Motorsports SLS.
Well, being that it's a Mercedes versus a Corvette, Lenosius doesn't necessarily have to pass old Wakey on track, because, well,
He's
he
gone
goes a
wide.
bit wide. Is there going to be an invoice?
He's well and truly switched on with the amount of switches that are in that SLS, that's for sure. Beautiful interiors.
Racing gods are smiling on him. He's gotten away with that. But as I was saying, he doesn't need to necessarily pass him on track, because a Mercedes versus a Corvette in terms of fuel usage, and especially sitting in the slipstream, he could easily save enough fuel to leapfrog him by a good 1.5 to 2 seconds just in the pit stop.
And
So,
what these guys have essentially done is they've actually they've fallen behind the three Astons of Stickers, Race Fan, and Evil Evo here as Lenosius. Is he going to have a look here, or is he just going to play the smart game? No, he's playing the smart game. He is exactly what, as you said, he is saving fuel. This battle for the top three here is well and truly on. Evil Evo
the
starting
gaps are remaining fairly steady.
second, covering the top three. Stickers in P1.
Although Evil Evo has gotten up to within 3/10 of Race Fan, so is he going to look for a move down the end of the straight, or possibly going into turn one?
I think if you're Stickers here at this point, if you see Evil Evo behind you, you're starting to just sweat a little bit. You know, Evil Evo's got pace. But you also know that Race Fan's not gonna be a slouch behind the wheel either.
As Evil Evo goes purple through that sector.
He's also got the fastest
Currently
lap
holds
of
the
the race.
fastest lap.
Yep. 26.3. Race Fan's just got
He's gone
such
even
a good
quicker
line.
again. Oh, Stickers a bit wide coming out of Alfred. He's just going to give Race Fan a sniff.
Race Fan's going to have a big slipstream here. Evil Evo actually lost a little bit of time on that exit because Race Fan's corner exit was so smooth and stable. Race Fan, is he going to have a look here?
Stickers going defensive, putting the car right in the middle of the track.
There are no chinks in Stickers' armour either. He's just been able over the years to just find out his weak points, work on them, and then become an even better driver. We saw in the BMW M3 series that he really came to the fore, and start of the season he was just towards the back of the Division 3 pace, but then he just quickly got into those big podium battles, and then within 2 seasons he was straight with the Division 1 boys, and it wasn't like he was towards the back of the pack. He was definitely more than holding his own. Definitely added the racing repertoire, and in as well as his liveries. Absolute livery lord he is. But look at the mirrors behind.
Both his driving and his artist work have just
yeah, they're just
gone
phenomenal.
along in leaps and bounds.
But if you look at the rear view mirrors of Race Fan here, Evil Evo is just he's just hovering there. He's waiting for a slip up here, and it could happen between these three.
Stickers has got a rear vision mirror full of Race Fan, and Race Fan has a rear vision mirror full of Evil Evo. I think all three drivers know they put 1 foot wrong, it could hurt them a lot.
I think Race Fan's going by that old adage that they say for clothing, blue and green must not be seen unless there's something in between.
As we come into lap 9, I realise I'm probably a couple of laps late for a fuel and tyre update, so I'd better get cracking on that. So, up the front, in first position, we have Stickers, who is looking about front and rear tyres, looking nice and evenly worn at about 15%, and he is probably around 52% fuel. Just behind him, with Race Fan, who has a little bit less wear on those rear tyres, and maybe a 1 or 2% fuel advantage over Stickers. So not a lot, but it is there. But sitting behind them is Evil Evo. While his tyre wear is probably 1 or 2% higher than the two in front of them, he's probably sitting on about 55% fuel left in the tank. So that gap that there is currently sitting at 1.2 seconds, come pit stop, that will definitely be down to less than 1 second. Going a little bit further back, we've got Old Wakey, who is just on half a tank of fuel with about 15% wear on the front and rear tyres. And just behind him with, surprisingly, a little bit more wear on the rear tyres for Lenosis and bang on half a tank. So it seems he might have a fairly aggressive setup on that Mercedes, along with not being shy to give it some throttle to keep up with the Corvette. And just behind him is Black Project on his return drive as he looks down the inside.
Oh, he thought about it, didn't he?
He definitely had a big think about that. He's also bang on half a tank of fuel with about 15% tyre wear front and rear. And then, hello, we have a 4-car battle here with Freelix getting in on the action. He is a smidge under half a tank of fuel with probably about 20% wear on the front tyres and 15% on the rears. So he's making that car work, but it's doing him pretty well because he's keeping with these three guys. A little bit further back with Bumcrack has about 10 or 12% wear front and rear on the tyres, and he's down to about 45% fuel left in the tank. Not surprising, the Corvette. Young Wakey's done well to drop that gap back to Bumcrack down to 2.5 seconds. And hasn't been using too much of the car to do it either. He's right on half a tank of fuel. The front tyre's probably about 20 to 25% worn, so he's definitely cornering hard to try and make up lost ground. And then the rear of the field is Patstar, who's using a lot of fuel, sitting on probably about 40% left and 20%, 15 to 20% tyre wear front and rear.
Just going to tune into this battle for P4 here because it is an absolutely explosive battle. Oh, Lenosis just going through the snake. It just looks like the car's completely out of control. It's, as you said before, I do think he's got quite the aggressive setup on that car. It's just, yeah, very twitchy, very nervous as Black Project runs very wide over the top of Hilltop.
Keep the camera on that 4-car battle because I'm sure that's a cracker. I'll keep my eye on the top two because Evil Evo's just dropped off Race Fan to about 1.7 seconds, whereas Race Fan's still within slipstream range of stickers. So
yeah,
I'll keep an eye on that, and
I saw
if anything develops, I'll let you know.
I saw a couple of moments there in Sector 1 for Evil Evo, and I'm talking on the track, not the league, but yeah, he just had a couple of big moments through there and just looks like the car's not as grippy as he wants it right now. But we definitely will get back to this this big battle at the moment as Black Project's up to P5 now. Lenosis is struggling here. He's got Freelix all over him. And I think Freelix might just have a big sniff here. He definitely is going to have a look at it here. Freelix up the inside. Can he get the job done? Oh, he's got a half-second penalty, and there's a little love tap there from Lenosis. Oh, and he's gone wide. Can he hold it? Car control. That was beautifully saved there by Freelix. And I don't want to get too cute, because behind them you've got Bumcrack, and you've got a charging young Wakey, who is definitely coming back. Bumcrack's within touching distance of these guys here as well. He's doing a great job in PA. But at the moment, Lenosis definitely being boxed in, but as it stands, driver of the day, whoa, there's only one real contender at the moment in mind, and that'd be Black Project. He's doing an absolutely fantastic job at the moment in P5 on a return drive. He's also a brand new father, and he also defeated the Spicy Cough, so he's had quite the eventful year so far. Just keep our eyes in the top 2 battle for a second, as Stickers is just half a second to the good of Racefan. Racefan not letting him go. And approaching the tyre and fuel situation as well with the pits coming up. Wonder what the difference will be in terms of fuel for Stickers and Racefan here. It looks like Racefan definitely has the car underneath him to challenge Stickers, but what's their late run pace like? Racefan set a 26.9 last lap compared to Stickers.
I was just keeping an eye on their top speeds down the front straight there, and both cars hitting near on 281 kilometers an hour before they get on the anchors. So there is absolutely nothing in it top end wise.
That's brutal pace. Stickers has got a real handle on that car at the moment. Just looks good over the top of Hilltop.
And I won't give too much away, but in terms of fuel usage, yeah, I'll be interested to see the numbers come pit stop time.
Oh, Black Project just had a little bit of a moment there on the exit. Coming onto the back straight here.
Oh, Lenosis with a penalty.
Oh, so Lenosius's race is just not really going the way he's intended, but this battle between 4 is about to become 6 if they're not careful. See what this pit strategies are like. They are approaching their respective fuel and tyre stops. It's not really... The only person that's sort of really looks like they have the pace mid-pack at this point is Black Project, who's doing a fantastic job. He may just very well get past old Wakey in terms of the fuel side of things. Could we be seeing the possibility...
He definitely has a significant fuel advantage over old Wakey as it stands right now.
Could we be seeing, if anything goes wrong with the top 3, could Black Project possibly put that Black Light Aston on the podium? Oh, I tell you what, that'd be... Oh, he's just crossed over that white line. There could be a bit of a penalty here. Oh, no, he's gotten away with it. Wow. Had all 4 wheels off the track at that point. Gap 1.8 to Old Wakey at the moment. And Old Wakey's doing a great job. He's been doing a great job all season, to be honest. He's been there or thereabouts in the top 5 all season long. He's had I believe he's had 1 podium so far. He's very comfortable behind that Corvette, but the fuel deficit's what's been really damaging him this season. His lap times are really consistent at this point, though. Look at that. Since lap 7, hasn't had anything lower than a 127.3.
Just been following along in the YouTube chat at the moment. The stranger Stickers is a man on a mission. He certainly is. He is a missionary, if you will. He's out for redemption for his less than outstanding performance in the last round. He is definitely here to make a statement.
That's very, very, very true. And quite right. But looking at these two here, I do feel, unless Evil Evo has the bigger fuel advantage out of these two, I do feel that Stickers may just be under pressure here.
There is a slight fuel advantage for Evil Evo over the top 2 at this point.
So Evil Evo's starting to fall back though. He's 2.6 seconds behind.
He's got a 1 second penalty.
Oh no!
That's going to hurt.
So that will effectively, unless the fuel plays into it, or there's a big incident between the top 2, that will be... Yeah.
He does have at least a 5% fuel advantage over Racefan and Stickers, but with that 1 second penalty, which I presume is due to him getting a little bit too cute through the second sector, he could have made up a lot of ground in that pit stop, but that penalty has just doubled the gap between him and Racefan.
Speaking of penalties as well, Lenosius has just picked up a half a second penalty, and he's got an angry little battle pack behind him. You got Freelix and Bumcrack and Young Wakey, who has caught the back of these guys now. Can Young Wakey get to work and salvage some points here? It's damage control for our championship leader at this point. He's got 12 points to Evil Evo.
Although Evil Evo does have the fastest lap at the moment, so he does have the pace.
But the other thing that Wakey has in his advantage at the moment is the drop round situation. But At this point, that would be used on Autopolis, where he finished P7. If he finishes P9 here, that 7th will count. So he could go back up to P6, but if anything goes wrong, he could find himself as high as 4th. This pack in particular here is still quite tight. Black Project has skipped away from those guys, though. He's 2.7 to the good, and it's increasing quickly. He's actually catching Old Wakey at a rate of knots over the last few laps, but it looks like Old Wakey's gap just increased a little bit. It was 1.7 a lap ago. It is now 2.3. Just keeping the battle with the front, though.
Was 2.5. Black Project managed to take 2/10 out of him in that middle sector.
So how long do these guys run is the question now.
Stickers is going around again, as is Race Fan. Evil Evo as well.
These guys.
Old Wakey's got the fuel light on, but he's going around again.
Yeah, so Old Wakey's going to suffer here. And these guys here are actually lapping significantly faster. That we're on the end of lap 17 at the moment. Still got 26.5 minutes to go on the race. And Race Fan is not losing sight of Stickers. Hasn't all race. He hasn't put a foot wrong. He's doing a great job. And this comes back down to the experience he had here at the Nissan Silvia or at Deep Forest in Group A, where he finished 5th. Drove an absolute blinder, and he beat some very established names in that group as well. Evil Evo, the gap now, 4.4 because of that penalty. It has really demoralised him. Looks like Pat Star's in the pits at the moment. It looks like that car, the damage may be too great to continue. After that lap 1 contact, it did go into the wall quite hard. Of course, the contact was with this man here, our championship leader, Young Wakey, who is on the back of his locked up motorsport teammate, Mr. Bumcrack. And this battle pack here, if anything, these guys are actually slowly starting to catch the guys in front. Stickers and Race Fan to come in, and look at that. They're dead even here. Evil Evo has a 3% fuel advantage on these guys. That's going to play a little bit. That'll be an extra second there.
Has Pat Star had some technical issues?
Maybe, but Evil Evo definitely has the fuel advantage at the moment. So does Young Wakey, who's done a great job. 13. He will actually overtake Bumcrack here by quite a margin. Could possibly get Lenocious too. Everyone's in the pits now. There's not a single car on the track. We'll probably walk across it for 30 seconds. If you want to come back across this way, Carbonboy.
Yep, I've got my bacon and egg sandwich from the Ascension Racing Barbecue. I will be right there.
Walking over the top of the bridge, of course. And these cars all look fantastic as Stickers has gotten out. He's actually
got a 2-second gap to Race Fan.
That's huge. So Race Fan's definitely put more fuel in the car.
He has absolutely brimmed the tank, which says to me one thing: flat out for the next 24 minutes and 10 seconds.
So
he is not going to be in fuel save mode whatsoever. He is just going to put the foot to the floor and go hammer and tong, and the result will be what it'll be. And
we know Stickers has strong pace as well. We saw in qualifying he was able to pull out that 25. Fastest lap of the race, of course, still with Evil Evo, a 26.3. Young Wakey is actually put himself at the P4. How's he done that with that fuel save? That is huge.
He has not pitted yet.
Oh, he hasn't, has he?
Wait.
I think
no,
he has.
He hasn't changed his tyres. He has not changed tyres.
Wow.
He has fueled the car and copped a half-second penalty, but he has not put tyres on the car. Now, whether that's a gamble to make it home, or whether that's been a mistake,
or a glitch. Well, it could be a GT7 doing GT7 things moment though.
Well, his rear tyres could make it. His front tyres, looking at the wear indicators at the moment, I have questions. I mean, he's a confident young lad, I'll give him that. Wow.
Where do you draw the
Wow.
line? Oh, Felix. Very loose on the exit of turn 1. He's got Lenosius all over him.
I mean, if it's not a glitch, I mean,
He's in real trouble
in
if
his
he's not.
position. Well, in his position, it's a roll of the dice. I mean, he was before the pit stop. He was what, P8?
Yeah, no, P9 he was.
He was P9. So by not changing tyres and gambling that he can make the end of the race and not lose too much time through worn tyres, he's rolled the dice on that in exchange for 5 positions.
And that is worth it, because that is damage control at its finest. And if he has to lose position here to, if he hasn't got the pace and it just nets him a few more points, then it's worth it. As Lenosius goes up the inside into Alfred. Takes the move on
And
Felix.
just to add to
Oh, a little
that,
bit of contact there!
he's got right behind him, well, 2.5 seconds at the moment. The driver behind him just so happens to be his teammate and father to act as a rear gunner for him.
Yeah, and I think that you're right. I don't think young Wakey changed tyres. I think he's looked at that 20-lap stint from Malevolent One last race and seen the tyres could last. Because Malevolent One did have good pace late in the stint as well. He was still setting decent times. But that's a massive sacrifice. Old Wakey is 2.4 behind, 2.5 behind. So it's half a second there already.
Maybe young Wakey knows something about the new tyre model from the update that we don't.
Ooh, interesting. That gap is dropping. Oh, he's taken a hell of a lot of curb there. Over the top of Hilltop. You take too much, you're going to get bit with a penalty. He's gotten away with that. That is unbelievable. He took so much curb there. So the gap is definitely dropping from young Wakey to old Wakey.
Might just keep an eye on his lap times over the next 5 or 6 laps or so, because
there is a lot to digest here. That's just behind him. Felix and Lenosius still battling for P7. Lenosius going defensive, holds the line. Felix is going to look for the cutback. Oh, a little bit of a bump there. But he backs off it. Great sportsmanship there by Felix.
Knows he's got the pace in a straight line over the Mercedes.
He definitely does, but yeah, that gap is starting to drop a bit between old Wakey and young Wakey. It's 2.1 now, 1:28.2 last lap from young Wakey versus a 1:27.9 from old Wakey in the Corvette.
As we go past the pit lane, we see Pat Starr still in there with the Doghouse Aston Martin. I think something has gone terminally wrong with the engine. It's just parked there, the engine switched off. I think I can see a little bit of black smoke coming out of the exhaust, so I think something's let go there.
That is huge. And he actually looked really, really good at the in the qualifying as well with the P3, but the gap between Stickers now and RaceFan has dropped down to 1.6 seconds. This is starting to tighten up a little bit. There's still plenty of time on RaceFan's side, and if Stickers makes one false error, which it is Stickers we're talking about, it is very, very hard for him to make an error. He is very consistent. Evil Evo and P3 at the moment, 4.7 behind. The penalty has hurt, but he's got plenty of time back to young Wakey, and that gap between young Wakey has dramatically increased to 2.7 because old Wakey and Black Project are having a ring-a-ding-ding slobber-knocker style battle here. Are we going to see a Hell in a Cell moment between these two? And it's still going on behind them. Lenosius and Felix, P7 and 8. Lenosius has started to skip away a little bit. Bumcrack's still in this as well. So we'll keep our eyes at the moment on the old Wakey Black Project battle. Looking back now at the locked up Motorsports Corvette, and Black Project's Aston just looks significantly more gripped up through the snake. You just see how well planted that front end is. It just wants to grip, whereas old Wakey's Corvette just doesn't seem to have the stability and the grip. Oh, look at this! Black Project! Just big moment there. Little bit of contact over the top of the hilltop. Gets such a good line coming out of the back corner though. But old Wakey there just struggling in terms of the speed through the second sector. Black Project's got it in spades. Old Wakey going defensive at the moment. Black Project, is he going to have a big look? No, he's not. Thinks better of it. Sets up the corner. Needs to have a big run here. Old Wakey runs really wide. Black Project, little bit of wheel spin. The Black Mike Motorsports Aston Martin is well and truly in the top 5 hunt. Locked up
I've just
Motorsports.
been noticing in the YouTube chat there's a bit of discussion about young Wakey's strategy here in this race. About there being a compulsory tyre change.
Oh. And
Now,
Black Project's got past old Wakey too.
I have actually been looking through the regs that I have available to me in the S1 Discord. I can't find anything that says that there is a compulsory tyre change required.
Well, we did see Rex do a 2-stop and he didn't change tyres on one of the stops, but we'll have to have
But he did on the other, didn't he?
We'll have to have a
So
big look at that.
this
because
this might be something that we leave to admin and stewards. It's not a decision that or a call that I'm willing to make. It's just my observations that I have made.
yeah, I think we might have to let the stewards touch that one because old Wakey is definitely going to have a big look here at the Alfred corner. Goes up the inside. Black Project gives him plenty of room. Sets up the crisscross though. Great exit from both cars there. Side by side out of the last corner. The Corvette definitely has strong legs, but the Black Project's got the line. But Black Project is just going to fall prey to the Corvette's pace. These two don't want to get too cute because Lenocious is still there or thereabouts. And Bumcrack has also gotten past Freelix here for P8. So Bumcrack doing a pretty good job at the moment. Freelix just gotten back a little bit. But this battle here definitely for P5 and 6 is the battle at the moment. These guys are actually catching Young Wakey quite significantly. It's now down to 2 seconds. They're going at a rapid pace at the moment, these two. And Young Wakey's times, 128.2, 128.4, 128.0. So the times aren't too bad, but if he hasn't pitted yet, then there's going to be some serious questions raised on that stop. But old Wakey's he's got a lot of work to do. He's got Young Wakey in front of him. He's definitely catching him, but the problem now is they're bringing Lenocious into this battle. Who blinks first is the real question here, as old Wakey goes defensive already. And they're well and truly chomping time out of Young Wakey. I reckon you might be right here, Carbonboy, that Young Wakey hasn't put tyres on.
A nice little battle back here in P8 and 9 with Freelix and Bumcrack going side by side down the back straight towards Alfred. Both of them going nice and cleanly through it, just to make me happy. Good clean racing. And then they resume their battle on the front straight.
And Black
That
Project,
Aston Martin of Freelix actually having the legs over Bumcrack.
just on board now with the locked up Motorsports Corvette, and he does have Freelix right beside him. Freelix is just on the outside still. He's still got the line. Can he hold on? No, he can't hold on through the snake. It's a one-lane line there. We'll go back up to the battle for P4 though, because while Young Wakey is starting to suffer, old Wakey... Hang on, Young Wakey's had a moment. Young Wakey's had a huge moment. He's down to P9. What has gone on there?
Oh!
That is enormous.
Wait, no, I know what's happened. He's pitted. I saw another car pitting, aside from the Pat Star who's parked it for the race, and he has put on fresh tyres.
But has he got enough fuel to get home?
He has half a tank of fuel right now on lap 25.
Well, that car's going to be wicked fast, but... Oh, boy.
I think he may have been going... I'm not sure. Actually, I'll be honest, I don't know Like, obviously, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he was thinking I could do this whole race on a set of tyres, and then
He was losing bold time.
His lap times were not great at all. They were sort of your low 29s, mid to high 28s. And then on that previous lap, he's done a 145, so he would have come in, a little bit of fuel, and a fresh set of tyres. So just to confirm, he has changed tyres.
I tell you what though, this battle now, and I know I say I tell you what a lot, but I tell you what, and I underline the word what here. This three-way battle for P4 is it is a habanero. We wanted a spicy meatball of a battle, and this is getting very intense. It's going to turn into a full Carolina Reaper within 2 laps at this rate.
We've got Blacklight, we've got Obsession, we've got Locked Up.
So we've got two of the very established squads here since the start of the Supercars days in Blacklight and Obsession, up against one of the new kids on the block. Oh, Wakey goes
stay
defensive.
out of this one and leave it entirely to you, because my teammate's involved in this and I will not be able to hold back on being biased.
Oh, I know what you mean. Old Wakey here, P4 at the moment. Look at the gap between him and Evil Evo, 19 seconds. That is an absurdly big gap. Is Lenosius able to close up on the slipstream? He's definitely much quicker through the first sector and the second sector. But just on that on the straights, he just doesn't have an answer for the Corvette's sheer pace. And we saw Lenosius was down in P7 at one stage. Oh, he's very wide though.
We will keep the camera on this battle for P4 and P5 between Old Wakey and Lenosis, but just for the viewers at home, the gap between Stickers in first to Race Fan in second is now out to 2.4 seconds, and there is 4.2 seconds between Race Fan and Evil Evo.
Yeah, I think
just to keep you guys updated.
That's one hand on the race there for Stickers at the moment. He's showing great pace, but this battle, Black Project's not out of this, but it's starting to fall behind as Lenosius takes a strong line. Oh, Wakey goes a little bit wide. There is a little bit of a bump there. All's fair in love and war, but these two are at war right now. Lenosius wants a big bit of this battle. Is he going to send up the inside at Alfred? Pulls it up. He's getting a very straight line. He wants to make the exit count here. Oh, Wakey runs very wide. Oh, a little bit of a touch. The Corvette's definitely going to have the legs on the straight. Black Project, he's just watching these two going, go on, take a shot. I'm here if anything happens.
By all means, boys, punch on, go for it. I'm here to pick up the pieces.
It's been a great battle, this. Great exchange at the moment. And just behind these guys, we've still got Bumcrack and Freelix scrapping away. This battle just as intense at the moment. As Freelix goes up the inside of Bumcrack. Great little move there. Freelix up to P7. He's having one of his better races. He's finally, after being boxed around for a couple of rounds, been able to get the elbows out. And he's definitely doing a good job. We know the pace of Bumcrack as well. He's been one of the more established guys, especially in the Super 2/Div 3 section. He's been strong for years, and the competition now, he's definitely stepped up. But this battle here for... Oh, looks like there's been a coming together. Black Project is well and truly up on these guys. What's happened there? So we've tuned into one battle and we've missed the big moment of the other one. Black Project 2 seconds ahead at the moment. Old Wakey has got Lenosius all over him. If I know these two here, these two will not care one little bit about the championship. They will be just having an absolute blast.
I tuned out for what felt like half a second to check on the YouTube chat. Heard some cars scraping the wall. Next thing I know, Old Wakey and Lenosis are behind Black Project.
Yeah, that's huge.
What did I miss there? What did I miss there?
Did something happen into turn one? I know all three were very, very close at that point when we tuned into Freelix. But this battle here...
Wow.
Yeah, this battle here... Oh, Lenosius runs wide, goes into the wall. There could be an invoice.
Is there an invoice?
Yep, there it is. He's got to sign it now. And Lenosius won't be happy at all about this. He definitely looks like he's got better pace at this point. These two are holding each other up, and Old Wakey's just starting to take a little bit of time out of Black Project. Gap is coming down.
As Black Project is very sideways through that left-hander. Just looking at the lap times, both Old Wakey and Lenosis on that previous lap, Old Wakey did a 130.3 and Lenosis did a 130 flat compared to Black Project's 127.5. So
they've had it coming together somewhere.
There's been a moment for the two of them, which I'll be honest, both of us have missed that one, and I'm pretty sure both of us said something to the effect of if Old Wakey and Lenosis have a moment, Black Project is there to pick up the pieces, and he has gathered up all of the pieces with both hands, and he is running off into the distance with them.
I'm not sure about running off in the distance at this point. The gap is closing dramatically between Black Project and Old Wakey. It was 1.5 or 1.6 down the back straight, but now it's down to under a second. Is Black Project playing the fuel game, or is he just conserving the car to make sure he's got enough for the battle? Because these two here, Old Wakey and Lenosius, are compromised compared to the Aston. The Corvette is worse on fuel, and Lenosius doesn't have the straight line speed, but definitely Old Wakey is pushing.
Black Project does have the slight fuel advantage over Old Wakey, and who actually has a fuel advantage over Lenosis at this point.
So Felix in P7, he's done well to get to 7th place, and then he's gone and got a 1 second penalty. And
with Bumcrack less than a second behind him,
and
that's
Young
going to hurt
Wakey
on the
closing
straight.
in too. Young Wakey might just find himself propped up here. He might actually go up to P70 then. Will there be inter-team orders is the question here. Will Bumcrack move over for Young Wakey, or will he actually have a crack?
Oh, it looks like Doghouse Motorsport have managed to fix the engine in Pat Starr's Aston. He's back out on track.
Yeah, albeit he's a long way back.
He's 10 laps down, but maybe they're just doing some early engine testing on running in the new engine for the next round.
So Stickers, the gap between him and Racefan, 1.8 to the good. Racefan doing a great job to hang in there.
That's come down a little bit since we last checked in on that.
So 5 minutes to go. I wonder if Racefan's just decided to just let the tyres breathe a little bit and then just throw the entire kitchen sink at it. While Evil Evo, P3 at the moment, on his own some. But he
does?
Yeah.
Racefan does have a slight fuel and tyre advantage over Stickers.
So I wonder if Racefan's been playing with the trims in the slower sections to just try and look after the tyres. Because when you use the fuel trim, it does conserve the tyre a little bit, which is great. But that could also come down to setup. Oh, as we go back here to this battle, Bumcrack P7 has got Felix and Young Wakey right behind him. Young Wakey's going to have a big look down here at the back straight. Fresh tyres. Young Wakey's not going to muck about here. We saw how aggressive he was at the start of the race. He was just not caring. He was throwing the absolute you-know-what. He's going to have a look up into Alfred. Oh, he's got superior braking. That's coming down to the tyres. Oh, he makes contact! That was a big hit with Felix. He was able to gather it up, but that could have ended badly. Felix has a very big look at Bumcrack here at the back, in the front straight, sorry. But the Corvette has just got such strong legs.
No damage to either car, thankfully.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Just keeping up this battle now. Old Wakey has caught Black Project. So P4 is definitely up for grabs here for Old Wakey. But this battle here between Bumcrack Felix and Young Wakey as well, this is just it's just an insane little battle here. Felix takes a lot of the curb. Doesn't get a penalty though. I'm staggered about how much curb they can actually take on the scales there of the snake, because that is a very easy spot to get a penalty if you're not careful. Young Wakey definitely being held up at the moment though. Young Wakey goes up the inside. Is he going to make it count? Great move, gets it done.
I don't know about that. That was a bit That was a bit for me.
A little bit of contact, or
Yeah, a little bit of a nudge, a little bit of a push wide, it looked like. I'm going to stay out of that. I'm going to stay out of that.
Anyway, Black Project and Old Wakey. Gap's still under a second at this point. So probably get 2 more laps. Just check up on the leaders now, 1.4. So the gap is closing, but time is not on Race Fan's side here. He's definitely done a fantastic job, but look at Stickers' last lap, 27.5 compared to Race Fan, who did a 27.3. Just seems like Race Fan just consistently very, very fast, but I just don't think he's going to have the legs to catch Stickers at this point. We'll go back up this battle here. Bumcrack's got to fight off Young Wakey, or does he let his teammate past? The problem is then it affects his drop round, because this will still basically count as his drop round anyway, because P7, which he also scored on top of us, Young Wakey. Oh, big moment of oversteer on the exit at the back corner. As we join in,
give the back end of his teammate a little bit of a how you going nudge coming on the exit of that corner.
yeah, he did. And speaking of battles, Black Project and Old Wakey, it is on for P4. Old Wakey has caught the Aston of Black Project here. Black Light versus Locked Up. Goes around the outside.
This lap coming up will be the final lap. Black Project goes a defensive line. But that Corvette just has the legs down the straight.
Yeah, and Black Project's got the nose up.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
2 into 1 in the snake doesn't work, boys. You're going to have to sort it out. Who's hungrier? Oh, Wakey, what a move. Black Project fires back. What a... Whoa!
What a move.
That was fantastic commitment.
That is the biggest set of the proverbials I have seen.
They're made of titanium. Whoa.
That was brave.
That was enormous.
100% commitment. Just wow.
Bumcrack has gone wide a little bit, so was that a team order, or did Young Wakey move over? But we'll get back up to the front, because the Dadson racing car of Stickers, he's done a solid job. Takes the win for Division 2 of Deep Forest. Race Fair will take second. His best result of the season as Evil Evo comes across the line. He will finish P3. But back up the front of this battle, it's Old Wakey versus Black Project. The Corvette is going to have the win in the straight line, but Black Project does have the slipstream. I don't think he's going to quite have enough.
Is Old Wakey going to run out of fuel?
Oh, I hope he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Black
Just
Project
makes it
5th.
home.
Lenocious is going to take P6. Young Wakey, damage control this race for sure. He takes P2 as Freelix has a big moment. Bumcrack crosses P8. Freelix had a big moment there and smacked the wall in P9. And Ozpat Star, he just had a massive accident in P10. But massive congratulations to Stickers, who's proved he's still got it with a big win here at Deep Forest in Division 2. And that is Deep Forest, round 5 run and done. But not only that, that is it for 2022 for the main game of Sector 1. Holy what
Wow,
a year.
What a way to finish up for the year.
That was enormous. That really was.
Oh, I need a drink after that. That was amazing.
That was one of the better races I've seen in quite some time. That was huge. So,
Driver of the Day nomination from yours truly.
Yeah, I think we know who we are.
Black Project.
That's not even a contest.
Like to go through off-track issues, overcome them, come back and finish P5. Absolutely great effort. So that's my nomination for Driver of the Day.
Oh, that is, just phenomenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, Driver of the Day, post your votes in, see who says what. But I mean, that was just an insane race. That really, really was. It's hard to get a gauge on who truly deserves that one. But yeah, I think it has to be between Race Fan and Black Project. But I'm definitely going to give mine to Black Project to come back the way he did. He said he needed to set up an hour before the race start. I think he just worked his own magic, and yeah, he ended up doing that. It's just an absolutely incredible result.
I wonder what setup he actually ended up using for that race, because I may or may not have sent him my setup.
And just in the comments here, congratulations stickers from the stranger. Good Doctor's having quite a party. He said, shame that the vet is so fast down the straight. Shizer, congratulations podium. Prua says, well done Lenocious and well done to my babe stickers. Oh, keep it cute. Still got. It's still a month and a half away till Valentine's Day. So yeah, that's we'll leave that there. Driver of the day, Race Fan from Stranger. Great call tonight, Karen and Carbon from Shizer. Thank you, Shizer. You're an absolutely beautiful soul. Driver of the day, Race Fan. He's also said. Good Doctor said Black Project Driver of the Day. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I can say he can vote for that with no bias whatsoever, because that is well deserved. Who do you think got Driver of the Day, in your opinion? Were you giving it to Race?
That was easily Black Project for me.
Yeah, I think Black Project did a absolutely stellar job. So I'm pretty chuffed with his performance, and I think as a whole, everybody will be pretty happy with that one. So just double checking something in a couple of rooms real quick. We're just checking down the pit lane here. The Obsession boys pretty satisfied by the looks of the things. I dare say the Blacklight crew will be very, very happy. But I wanted to get thoughts of someone on the track, and I thought I might tune in with our man from Obsession, Lenocious. Are you there, Lockie?
Yes, I am.
How'd that one go for you, mate? Did you enjoy that one?
Yeah, it was some fun racing, but I had that glitch again that we saw at Bathurst where it would drop me back 1.5 seconds. It happened 3 times, which, it's not always ideal, but I guess you got to roll with the punctures. And I had a great fight with Freelix and Old Wakey and Black Project. So, it was some good fun, you know?
Yeah, I agree. It was absolutely
we did miss that. At one point, you were running with Old Wakey with Black Project behind you, and in the second stint of the race, and I looked away for a little bit, and then I looked back up, and yourself and Old Wakey had done 1 minute 30 laps with Black Project doing a 1:27 and being in front of you. Was that glitch kicking in again, or did something happen there?
Was that at the start or the end?
Towards the end of the second stint.
Yeah, so I actually I went for a move into the turn 5. I think it's the end of what Brent has been calling the snake, and I just gave him a little tap, and I redressed, and then just let him go for it. But
fair enough. Good work. Good work.
Who are you going to give Driver of the Day to? Because we've made it a pretty unanimous vote, albeit there are 2 worthy contenders for sure. Who would you pick?
I called it before the start of the race. I said Stickers, pole position, and win, and that's what happened. So I'm a genius of analytics, of course. But I'm giving it to Stickers, honestly.
Dadson has also let slip that he also sent Black Project to set up as well. So it's good to see a lot of the teams helping each other, especially through divisions as well, Division 2, Division 3 and the like. And, it's great to see that sort of camaraderie back again as well in terms of everyone working together, not just for their actual manufacturer, but just as a whole, just getting behind each other. And, it's great to see. So, I'm pretty happy with that one. Now, I think we might just finish off pretty quickly tonight. It's been a long night, but Luke, any thoughts?
Just like to thank all of the drivers for all their efforts so far this season. Admin, streamers, fellow race directors, and most importantly, the viewers at home that tune in every week and watch the action. I'd just like to say thank you to you all for supporting us all here at Sector 1. And I hope that you all have a very safe and happy Christmas and New Year's period. If you're lucky enough to get a bit of a holiday and a bit of a break, please enjoy it. Take some time to rest and recharge. It's been a pretty grueling year for everybody. So, yeah, take some time, recharge the batteries, and come back in 2023 and we'll have ourselves an absolute cracker.
Yep, we got 3 rounds left as well in the championship side of things. So come back on January the 17th, I believe, for one of the brand new tracks in Gran Turismo, and is actually not been in Gran Turismo before. So stay tuned to the socials on that one, Facebook and whatnot. Lenosius, you got any more thoughts in terms of the upcoming races or anything you want to say?
Looking forward to Wednesday night, that's for sure. There are going to be some 4 rippers of races. We've got 2 in the Toyota Supercars. I mean, not the Supercars, the Super Sprints. And 2 races in the NASCAR-style Nissan Silvias, which are going to be some great entertainment. Everybody, if you can, tune in.
Yeah, I agree. And for those who do want to enter, anyone is welcome to enter, whether you're a Sector 1 member or not. You are most welcome to jump behind the wheel of a Toyota 86. All you need to do is get one with a roll cage and a racing exhaust and jump in and enjoy the action, of course. And then with the Nissan Silvias, if you want to do the NASCAR-style event, everyone is welcome to enter that as well, of course. That will be happening Wednesday night, and we will make sure that you are tuned in for that one. But we'll just finish tonight's stream. First and foremost, massive thank you goes to every single driver, every single person behind the scenes for their tireless work over the last 12 months. It has been probably the most grueling year in terms of Sector 1 in regards to the transition to Gran Turismo 7 and everything that's come with it. But to everyone, admin, the race directors, the livery gurus, the stewards for their tireless work, and to the drivers who turn up every Sunday and make this an enjoyable experience. Thank you so much. Secondly, just a big thank you as well to everybody that's tuned in for the year to watch the streams and enjoyed our action, the commentary. Everything's been great. The fantastic banter, the on-track action's been phenomenal, and of course, we look forward to bringing you more in 2023 as well. And just want to say to everybody, have a very, very safe and happy Christmas from all of us here at Sector 1. And, of course, we will see you in the new year. But first, before we do, we will have our S1 Sports Spectacular on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Stay tuned for that one. I'll be bringing you the action, of course. And I think Lenosius may be joining me in the comms box as well. We might have a couple of in-car drivers as well, I believe. Maybe. So,
I'll be there.
You'll be there. So,
oh dear, are you strapping a mic to my helmet again?
we may, but we may have to get a bleep signal for the set for anybody that falls off.
You'll definitely need a profanity filter button.
Yep, and yeah, thanks to everybody for watching for not just tonight but in 2022. I am Brent, aka Karen. We are signing off for 2022, and as always, thank you so much for tuning into Sector 1. It's been an absolute blast. We look forward to seeing you again on January the 17th. Stay tuned for Wednesday night Sports Spectacular, though. And as always, stay safe. Happy New Year, guys. Yeah, young Wakey was way too aggressive.